yo. Around here somewhere is a warm coffee. There's my coffee. Yo! What's poppin', yo? I'm feeling a little bit cooped up in my shop right now. This is what happens when you live without a van. You're just out here doing your best to keep your mind busy. What up, crew? Welcome to my house. It's my house right now. My goodness. All right, where's my fancy glasses? My fancy. There we go. Says we have 9 people. Oh, 171 for people. Yeah, me and Cruzy are making the best of our time here. It's been in here all day. All day. It'd be nice to get the heck out of here. I need a new home. That's what I need. I need another home. What's up, weirdos? You doing, Kimberly? It's going all right. I'm already feeling cooped up, and it's just day 1 of being without a home. Right? Come on. If I'm feeling like this on day 1, what's day 5 gonna be like? So I'm not sure how long it's gonna be until we get my stuff back from John's. That's all pending on when the sheet metal that he needs comes in. Because once that's all done, I'm getting the Mercedes back. Because it looks like it's gonna be a minute before I get the brackets and stuff to mount in my skylight. The company on their site said it could be 1 to 3 weeks. I don't wanna be out of my home for that long. I'd rather just forget about the skylight, get the van back after John's done with the bed and the heater, and then we can have a home, which would be awesome. All right, guys, I can't see a damn thing you guys are typing, so I'm gonna pull that up on my chat here. There we are. No home, no fun. No home, no fun. Papo Chad. There we go. Maybe I should clean this. Probably a good idea. So I can see. Lauren P, at least I have wheels. I do. We have the ambulance to go do some general running around. I don't really want to take that thing out too far. And if I'm leaving in the ambulance right now because it's warm outside, I have to leave Cruz at the shop, which does kind of suck. You know, Cruz goes everywhere with me. But now, because there's no air conditioning in the ambulance, it's unsafe for Cruz to be in the ambulance because the heat generated from the diesel engine heats up the inside quite fast. So it's not safe to bring Cruzy Bear with us. Richard Cave says, I get my new van in a couple of weeks. So excited. Wicked. I want a new van in a couple of weeks. Vancity Garage Life. Welcome to it, baby. Welcome to it. I have a video going out there tomorrow. It'll probably be a bit of a kind of like reminiscing kind of little bit of a video. I also did a little project with my daughter today, which will be in tomorrow's video. Should be a fun one, but yeah, we are in this thing until I get my van back. Me and Cruzy are sleeping right there. See, he's already in bed already. I think things always happen in life for a reason. Cruz has never been a big fan of the inside of the shop here, so if we're ever here, he always hangs out upstairs. So I think now that we're sleeping down here, it's changed his attitude towards the shop. So, which has been very, very awesome to have him walk over here on this side and sit down beside me when I'm over here today. He used to do that at the old shop, but once we got this shop, I don't know if it was just the size of it. He would rather just go upstairs where it's comfortable and he's got a got a couch and a couple of chairs to sit on and a doggy bed and a floor, but he's never really kind of hung out in here. So that's the positive side that's come out of this. Leon, thanks for the super chat. Ron sees America. I didn't cry. You cried. I did. I honestly did. And I got a little bit of a tear jerker a little bit today when I was moving around some things from my old home. It was my license plates. They just triggered me. I'm like, oh no. But there's some really cool things that happened. That'll be in tomorrow's video, but let me show you one thing. The new owner sent me a picture today, and I thought it was really freaking cool. Oh, it's in this phone. This is I'm filming on my shop phone. Yeah, he texted me on the shop phone. But he sent me a picture of my old home parked out in front of his work, and in his text he said, I can't remember what he wrote. Apparently today is bring your badassery to work day. And then up comes a picture of my old van. So it was pretty cool. Dude, is the new owner changing the color? No, he's not changing anything. And on the back door, I left a little sticker. I didn't want to pick it off because it was one of those vinyl stickers where they're individual, like all the letters are individual. So I left it. But he messaged me today and asked me if I wanted to keep the back door panel. I said, no, the door panel can stay with it. He's gonna keep the little disco writing on the back. So there's a writing in shiny chrome letters on the back that said, your wings were ready, but we were not. Disco forever, 2:35 a.m. Pretty much that right there. And he's like, no, Chrome, I'm gonna leave this on the back of the van, which I thought was super sweet of him. I see this is coming up a lot. Canadian Hohand, why don't you sleep upstairs? Pretty easy. Upstairs is a smaller space, and I don't want to be up there when the girls are working or they come in early, because Amanda comes in early sometimes, and be up there in their space. And then the only way to put a bed upstairs would be to put it right in the front room in front of the couches. I mean, I could, but there's no difference than me staying down here. The shop's nice and cool. We have air conditioning down here, and nobody's working in the shop currently right now. Maybe on days when we have a customer in here doing a lift kit, which would be next week. Maybe those days I'll move the bed upstairs just to be, not looking like someone's sleeping in the shop downstairs. But yeah, and I know I've seen some people ask, why am I not sleeping on the couch? It's one of those couches, and I regret buying the couch now. Like, I was thinking more like, a couple of staff members are sitting on there at the end of a day. We're watching something on the big screen, maybe one of my videos. But the couch is actually 3 individual chairs. So there's a nice little thing around each side of your butt, which makes the 3-seater couch go, wheet, wheet, wheet. It's uncomfortable to lie down on. And I regret it. I wish I would have bought one that was like flat. BRS says, shoot, you ain't roughing it. No, definitely not roughing it. We got AC. Who cares if we're on the floor? The bed is doing just fine. Cruzy's happy. I'm happy. And we put the bed right here for a reason. Up there on the wall, you're plugged in right now. There is a mini split unit right there. And that mini split unit air hits right where the bed sits. Yo, I'm on a live stream. Okay, bye. You can tell my friends don't watch my videos when. But yeah, we're not roughing it, man. Things are doing good in here. We're actually quite comfortable. I'm not complaining one bit. I miss sleeping outside. I love that wind blowing through the vehicle. That's why we put the bed here, so I can have the draft from the AC. Patricia says, at least you have a place to sleep, Crum. We do. Unless we get some intruders in here at night, like some weird things running around. Speaking of that, we had an intruder running around inside the van. And see, I'm so used to saying van, inside the shop today. That'll be tomorrow's video. The crews chased a critter from outside into here. I'm like, boy, and it went running past me, went whipping over there. And I'm like, crews. I love that. Sending many blessings to everyone. Thanks for the super chat. What up, Kevin Allen? August East, I'm currently sleeping in my little Mazda sedan. Wicked. As long as you're on the road traveling, that's what matters. Who cares what you're in? Being on the road in anything, oh, so good. I'm excited, man. We're counting down the days until we hit the road. Probably at the end of this month is my plan. Hoping to bounce out of here like end of the last week of July. So what's holding me here besides getting the Mercedes back from John is I have a dentist appointment on the 24th. If all goes well, we out of here on the 25th. East Coast, baby, let's go. In the Mercedes. I'm pretty excited for that. Hey, Chrome, build a fort under that lift. That's a really fun idea. That's hilarious. Oh, Lauren P says, no, you will not. If I do leave that early, I will be coming to Calgary and we'll be doing a meetup in Calgary for sure on the way through. Lauren P is coming out this way at the end of the month sometime. Mo Gaines, all I want to know is when are you going to lift the Mercedes? We're going to lift the Mercedes after we're done in Ontario. I don't want to do any suspension work until we know the weight of the vehicle that we're dealing with to ensure that the right rear leaf springs are right, to make sure the back end sits correctly. If you throw them in now, it may not be enough. So we're going to probably do all that stuff as soon as we get back from traveling. How long are you going to be in Dundas? Meet up in Hamilton? Absolutely, we'll do some meetups out there. I could be out there for a month or months. Could be a long time. I'm not sure how all this stuff's going to take to come together between Jared at Vancity and Andy at Overland Interiors, because we're going to have to kind of make time between both of them to get all this stuff done. Tony Phillips, Dan Crum, sad to see you homeless. It does suck to be without a van. It really does suck. So many people have asked me since we got the shop, why are you not build a home inside the shop? Because it sucks. You know, you got to commute back to somewhere every day. And I know a lot of you guys live in your homes, you know, I know you like that stuff, but after being on the road all these many years or being in the van all these years, the convenience of not commuting is on another level of time savings. It seriously is. Because you can spend a little bit more time with some friends at their house and not have to worry about, hey, I gotta go, we got an hour drive back home. Because we can just leave the friend's house, drive down the road and pull over and go to bed or stay at your friend's place, you know, sleep outside. So you lose that, I mean, you gain back all that commuting time by living in a van. It's like now, because I've been down at John's, so I got to drive down to John's and then drive back. That's 2 hours of commuting just to go down and make a video at John's place. Crazy. Am I going to put a TV in the new van? Probably not a big TV. All my cool pictures are on my shop phone, which I'm filming on right now. I might do a pull down, depending on how the layout works, but a pull down projector screen. I seen one from some of the guys from Go Code. One of the guys there had a roll down projection screen and it looks so clear in there. So I might do something like that, or maybe do some kind of a TV thing that might pull down from above the seat there. That way, yeah, I don't know. Because we might do a big monitor inside the van. If I do, we might be able to do a secondary monitor for the bedroom area. or use the same computer monitor for the movie monitor. Am I planning on putting in a toilet? I have not decided what we're gonna do for a bathroom toilet. Probably try the Julka toilet, without a doubt, once they ever release the bag version. So far it's not out again, but probably end up doing the Julka. But right now it'll be the luggable loo, because I love that freaking thing. It works. Am I planning to stamp new stickers on the Sprinter? No. I probably won't be doing that kind of crazy stuff yet. It's brand new, and I mean, for one, the ceiling on the Mercedes is fabric, so doing that's not an option. But I think at some point down the line, once it loses its fresh brand newness, because you drive something and it's just new and you're feeling excited about all the newness, once that new feeling goes away, maybe that's when the time comes we start doing a bit more, making it quirky and my own, you know what I mean? Like doing stickers all over the front. But for right now, we're not gonna do that because it's a brand new home, and I like to keep it a brand new home because it feels so fresh. Patches are a cool idea, Gabe. I like that idea. The new surround sound speakers, will it Cruisy's ears when you're jamming out on your work? No. So I jam out of my van already. I have, my old van that's now gone. I have 2 speakers in that van, and Cruzy doesn't care. He sleeps through it, sleeps through everything. Off-Road Camper says the Julka bag is available? Huh. Because Amanda, we're a dealer for Julka Van Toys. So, and we just made an order of them, and maybe in the USA they are, maybe. Because we just made another order of the chemical toilets, and the bag ones weren't available as of the other day when Amanda was picking up some more toilets. Amanda, if you're in the live stream yet, she should be. I think she's driving back she's been working all day, so she's probably just driving home. Will you be spraying a new van with Raptor liner? No, definitely not. It's too hard to clean. I think I'm going to wrap the new van at some point. Maybe when we get back, maybe after we scratch the crap out of it and it just needs a new fresh look maybe, but I'll probably wrap it if anything. We are going to use Line-X on some parts of it, like all that plastic trim that goes all the way down and all around the front grille, all the factory plastic. I've been thinking about hitting that with some Line-X. Not Raptor liner, that shit's a far lower quality product compared to something like Line-X. Line-X is a rock hard product. Like that stuff is on there for the long haul. Raptor liner is a little bit softer. Oh, Alan, thanks for gifting 5 YouTube memberships. It was gifted out to an 8B, Penny in Kentucky, Joe Jones, Debbie Brady, Tim, and that's it. Alan, thanks for gifting memberships. Yeah, here you go. Rainer's like, just got a quote from Line-X and it was $6,000 for my Ford Transit medium roof. That is actually a pretty good price, believe it or not. If you're talking about just doing the outside, because I've seen those prices for just doing like the bottom and some other parts of it, like the hood, the bottom, and some parts in the back. I've seen quotes crazy. What I was quoted to do Line-X on my ambulance was about $15,000. No, it's too expensive. Great product, but yeah. So when I did that coating on my van at Tyro Coatings in Calgary, which is equivalent to a Line-X coating, it's sprayed hot, it goes on, it dries within seconds of it leaving the gun, so that's why they gotta wear the respirator with the oxygen tank and stuff in the back. That's the product you wanna put on there, that kind of stuff, not the stuff you spray in your driveway and you let dry outside. It doesn't dry as hard. But that coating to do the outside of my van was $8,000. $8,000. So yeah. That's why we're not doing that on the Mercedes. I think it's awesome. I love it on a van that you're gonna bushwhack with for sure, but I don't think I would do it on the Mercedes because I don't think we're gonna bushwhack the Mercedes. I'm pretty sure at some point we will have another jacked up Ford Econoline van or a fully jacked up ambulance here one day that we can go take out in the trail and beat up. What happened to the other mechanic? Lauren isn't doing my personal mechanic stuff anymore. Mandy's like, you can't leave in July. Try me. That's my plan. I am leaving no later than August 1st. Yeah. Nice to have you in the stream, Amanda. Amanda, somebody said in the live stream here that the Julka bag toilets are available. Probably in the USA though. Please remember to book your ferry cabin to Newfoundland ASAP if you're still planning to go. They sell up fast. Cruisy can't stay in your van for that long. I don't think you're allowed to bring animals on the ferry inside. Because I know when Emily went a few years back, there was no animals allowed inside the one at all. And it's like, what, a 7-hour ferry? Isn't that the one to the bottom side? 7 hours or something like that? I can't remember. But yeah, and I'm also going like, we will be, if we do go that far, it won't be till probably end of September. So it'll be like late in the season, if not October. It'll be pretty late in the year. And once we confirm our travels, then I'll start confirming that stuff. I'll be probably, now that we've got some time and we don't have the van, I'll probably spend more time now getting organized with some of my travel stuff. So we can work out all the rental van times, work out when we're gonna drop off at Overland Interiors, and then decide if we're going to Newfoundland or not. If we are, I might just pick up the van, the rental in Toronto, and then drive straight out to Newfoundland. Go just straight shot it across the other side and get on that boat and do the farthest destination first, and then slowly make our way back into Toronto. Northwest Customs, you're right about that. It's 7 hours and there's no animals on the lower part of the ferry. Yeah, that's what I was told. But they give you bathroom breaks to take your dog out. Remember, last year, Cruz was on a 17-and-a-half-hour ferry and he was not allowed in the boat. So if he can last 17 and a half hours on a boat in the van, then he can last 7 hours. They give you bathroom breaks every like hour and a half or something like that. They made an announcement on the boat saying any animals can go out. We just go downstairs. The dog can run around. So if that one's 7 hours, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go down there and one of the visits Cruz is gonna be like, I don't wanna come out. Let me sleep, Dad. But yeah, it's not like they make you lock your dogs in the ferry the whole time. They're pretty catering to the animals. 17 hours snoring, 1 hour of farting, 30 minutes of munching. That's probably about right. Don't do Newfoundland in winter, it's cold. I'm not going in like winter. Like we're only gonna be there probably September. You know what I mean? We're good to go out there in September. When I go to Newfoundland, make sure you stop at Corner Brook. I'm not sure what we're doing yet. Newfoundland wasn't my idea. I was planning on going as far as Nova Scotia, but because I'm going out and doing some things with a rental van company, they would like me to go to Newfoundland. And I don't mind, it's a shorter trip. So I think Newfoundland deserves a whole entire month. So I wouldn't mind traveling out there 1 year on my own and go there for the whole month. Yeah, the East Coast is beautiful. Kim, one of my favorite places besides British Columbia. Monkey Monster, is anyone else having their screen lock up? My screen, because I can see my live stream on my computer, it's doing just fine. If your screen ever has a problem, just reset the live stream. Sometimes it's just your cell connection or internet connection. Yeah, mine's fine too. Cruzy, he's snoring away down there. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he's full on snoring. Overland Interiors, put some snows on and get home after you leave in late fall. Remember your first trip back on your first trip, it snowed all the way home. Yeah, it did. I'm not worried about it this time. I heard from some people, I don't know if it's true or not, that those all-wheel drive Sprinters are actually pretty decent in the snow. So, and those tires are brand spanking new, so I'm not really too worried. I'm in no rush to come back anyway. Whenever I get back, I get back. Plus, YouTube loves a snowy video, so it makes for good winter content. Especially if I pull the trigger on the heated floors, let's just stay out there in the snow. I don't think I'm gonna pull the trigger on the heated floors though, but maybe. I have the floors laid in, I just don't know if we can pull the money for the actual unit itself. Relevant Traveler, any thoughts on the hood solar? I'm actually thinking about that a lot. So a company that makes them is right over here in Squamish, BC. Like, it's such a cool idea to put the solar panels on the hood that charge your starter battery. And I don't mind the look of it. I think it's a really cool look, except for when they pull up in the corners. I've seen some of them, had some people come by the shop here where the glue's pulled up in the corner and it looks kind of, starts to look like crap. But I think having that hood solar is a pretty smart idea. What am I gonna do for a vacuum? I'm gonna have to buy another vacuum in the Mercedes. One with a long handle on it. Because I don't have to be on my knees and do it like this anymore. I can actually stand up like a normal person and vacuum that way. Amanda says, that guy who came to the shop with it on his hood, it was pulling up and bubbling and looks like shit. Yeah, and I don't know if it's maybe the glue that they use or the temperatures that they're in. Those guys were from Florida? Somewhere like that. They're from down, they spend most of their time in like the Baja and stuff like that. They do a lot of big traveling. So it could be just the heat, you know, we don't get extreme heat like those places do. Maybe it just could have been the heat in some place that they traveled. That much heat on a hood with a solar, I'm pretty sure it's gonna lift most glues. But yeah, I like the idea though. I think it's a really, really cool concept. Your knees need some lotion. Believe it or not, I lotion these bad boys every day, like clockwork. I lotion everything every day. My hands, my face, my knees. Where can I send you a gift? Go to the company website, vantoys.com. Down at the bottom of the page is the shop address. You can welcome to send anything you want to the shop address. Just make sure you address who you are. And that way, if we put it in a video and we film just about everything that comes here, that way, you know, everybody gets the recognition that they want. So yeah, you can send it to the shop, no problem. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that this morning about my knees. Like, I wonder how long it's gonna take for all that skin to go smooth again, to my knees look like they're normal again, like I don't live on my knees anymore. Am I gonna have a real tap in my new van? Yeah, we're actually going to, let me show you guys. Make sure my charge is okay. I'll take you guys over here. We're actually gonna use, Danica cleaned up a whole pile in my shop today. It looks pretty good. For a shower, let me move some stuff here. Amanda, by the way, here's your box. That's your Shopify box. I'll put that by the door. All right, so that's my Go Code audio system stuff. This one. This is my sink. me a sec. Sorry guys, I'm gonna prop you guys up here 1 sec. You guys see all right? All right. So that's the top of the sink, and we're doing bamboo in the van build, so it'll look really, really good. Ooh, look at that. So that's the sink that's going in there, and all the parts and stuff are in here. I'm not gonna set it all up and stuff now, but here is the faucet part. So the faucet's there with an end on it, so you can drag it out. But the cool part about it is the faucet pushes down. So when you come in here, you lift the faucet up and then you can use it. Like, it comes up fairly high up, pretty much the whole length of this. Let me see if I can make it move. Hold on. No. I think it has to be mounted to make it happen. So this mounts into the counter, and then you bring it up. You can use your sink, and then you push that whole arm all the way down so the arm comes out here, and then you put your top on it, and everything's flush counter level. So on the counter, you'll probably see whatever we use for counter, that little stuff there, bamboo top, which will match the cabinets. And whether we put the sink in there this way or this way, who knows, not really quite sure yet. Yeah, it's got a retractable faucet and stuff on there, which is super rad. I thought that was a cool idea. Okay guys, let me put this away. Yeah, I was unsure about even doing a sink, but I figured might as well go all in while we're building something. Like, believe it or not, you guys, I was seriously on the fence. I was like, do I get one? Do I not get one? Do I get a little baby tiny one, or do I get a real sink? Yeah, that was pretty cool. Sorry guys, I'm not reading your comments. Oh, there's 1,300 people in here. Cool. So here you go. Since it doesn't sacrifice counter space, why not? That's what I thought, you know? It's gonna be flat, so you can still use a regular counter. Everybody I know that has a decent sized sink, like that big, they just throw shit in it. It's a place to store stuff. So we'll see how often it gets used. It'll get used a fair amount because that'll be my main source of water in the van. But I was literally on the fence about doing just regular water jugs like I have in mine. Putting like a Burka water filter on the counter so I can get fresh water, but keeping the rest of my water in jugs like that I can handle, like I have in mine. But we decided not to. We decided to go with an in-vehicle water tank, because all these years on my YouTube channel, I never had those luxuries. So how can I talk on something or share my experiences with something as my van life evolves if I have no experience in using it? I can talk shit about something, but what I say doesn't mean a damn thing if I haven't used it. So I'm kind of excited about getting a piece of luxury in this van and letting you guys know what's worth it and what's not. Because I have I guess I could say, an expert opinion or an expert amount of knowledge on basic van life. So I think I can offer you guys something. Am I adding a water filter system? Probably. So Jared from Vancity recommended this water system. He's like, if you got the counter space underneath, he gave me one that's not very big. He said it's a great idea, because then if you're in a place that might have a little iffy water, at least it'll go through your water filter. You know what I mean? Making your drinking water better, because you never know what you run into when you travel. You be running around somewhere and you just hit a town that's got funky tasting water. What's in your ear? Thanks for the super chat. It would be cool to put your van on a scale before and after the van build. Yeah, I believe it or not, I took it through the weigh scale over here at the garbage dump, but I honestly forgot to write it down somewhere. I had it in my brain. I had this idea to put it in a video, but I don't know what the initial weight is, but I can find out what the initial weight is by just checking from the dealership, because they'll know what the factory empty van is. And then I'll measure it as soon as we get it back from John's, and then we'll measure it as we finish up at Andy's place. Did you hear they're recording season 13 of Trailer Park Boys? No, I don't get a chance to watch a lot of TV. Andy says that my build will get weighed as it goes in. Scott and John Wills, that's why I love my Berkey water. It tastes the same everywhere I go. Because it's true. Some places, because you don't know, you'll hit a town and you'll pull water from the local community tap down there somewhere at the park and realize that the park is on well water. You'll get the water, you're like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the well water's full of all the minerals and stuff like that we should be drinking, but sometimes that taste is a little bit of punch in the taste buds. You're like, whoa, what is that? Where having a bit of a filtration system like a Berkey water filter thing on the countertop will help. Marco says Overland Interiors, that will be without an electrical system. We'll get it weighed afterwards. Like we're getting electrical and stuff all done around the same time. So BRS, sulfur water, that's pretty much what it is. Pretty much what it is. Joman, good morning from Japan, Chrome. Well, hi, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. That's a long ways away. Glad to see you sold your wonderful van. It's a new start. Today is 3 years watching. Super cool to have you here. Weirdos Unite. That's rad. I love it that people are watching from all around the world. That's insane. Is my daughter on vacation? No, the time is just about this, 5:30 p.m. She went home an hour and a half ago. She was cleaning my shop and stuff today and helping me with a little project that'll be in tomorrow's video. Angela says, congratulations on selling the van. Glad I caught you live. I am super happy that my van has gone to a new home with somebody who is stoked about it. That is super cool. IKEA's so stoked. Sent me pictures of the van sitting at his home. Sent me pictures of the van sitting at his work today. Oh, relevant traveler for the vacuum cleaner fund. I appreciate that. Aw. You're the first big super chat of the live stream. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
My watch just said you're welcome. I said yeah. My watch, stop taking credit. Did you guys hear that? I said thanks, and then my watch is like, you're welcome. That's hilarious. Love your videos with Danica. She will be in tomorrow's video. For a 170 wheelbase cargo van, the curb weight can range from 5,346 to 5,776. I found the curb weight on your Sprinter van. Sweet. That's the 170 wheelbase all-wheel drive 2024. Fost 142000. Hey Chrome, I'm a bike messenger downtown Chicago and live in my van. Any tips on blending work and van life for starting a YouTube channel. Honestly, I don't have any tips when it comes to starting a YouTube channel. Just stick to a schedule and stay with it. Don't do everyday videos. You'll have no life left. I think I seen there's another person in your little picture. That other person will never see you if you ever do everyday videos. It's nuts. But yeah, honestly, that's my only advice for any YouTuber is if you decide to make a YouTube channel, make it for the right reason. Make it because you love video editing. Make it because you love telling a story. Make it because you love sharing something in video format. Don't make it for money because shit, you'll work for a long time and make zero. Takes a long time to get some things built up. But my only advice is consistency. Choose if you're going to give your audience 2 days a week and stick to it. They don't like it when you take back days, you know? It's okay if you give them more, but start with something that's very maintainable. Like honestly, if I went back, I would have done 1 video a week. True that. If I went back and I had a choice at the beginning, I would have probably attempted to do 1 solid banger of a video once a week. Because what happens now is like I get to film every little aspect, which means, it does take the pressure off a little bit because I'm not forced to make bangers every day. I might get 1 banger a month. Maybe if I'm traveling to be a banger once a week. But yeah, consistency is key. Relevant Traveler says, sounds like my last boyfriend. Oh, shit. That's hilarious. Would I consider getting a custom motorcycle and doing some traveling with it? No, I'm not a motorbike guy. TV or projector? I'm thinking projector or maybe an extended computer monitor that I can move stuff from my computer over to the monitor. I got my blue Cruzy Bear t-shirt and everyone commented on it. So much fun. Oh, that's cool, Terry. Good night, Richard. Monkey Monster 19, thanks for the super chat. Some money for the Diet Coke and cinnamon candy for you and coffee for Amanda. And maybe a ball for Cruzy Bear. Just kidding. Double V's. I appreciate the super chat love, man. That's so great. Are you taking us along as you go shopping for things for the new Mercedes? You guys will be coming along with every step of that Mercedes. You know me, everything I do in my world gets filmed. I did a video every day last month. We are back on track. I didn't miss a single video, and if I did a live stream. Like today, I didn't have a video ready for this morning, and I was gonna try to squeeze one out this morning, but I'm like, you know what, let's just do a live stream today. So that's my plan going from now until the end of the year. I would love to maintain every day. And so far, we're doing pretty good. It's not getting in the way of a lot of other things. It seems to be flowing just fine. And I'm happy with it. What really helps doing everyday videos is having things in my world to film that I don't have to go out and find every day. So that's the thing about being a solo creator with not a lot of people around you is I have to find that content, me. I have to go out there and be creative and create something or say something. Like sometimes I get up, I grab my camera, I'm like, what do I want to say today? What's the message that I want to share? What's the personal story I want to share? You know, like it gets tough that way, but when you have things like a van build, it takes the pressure off of making videos. Or like when we have repairs, oh my gosh, that's just nonstop content, you know what I mean? That I don't have to search for because it just gets handed to me right there. You know, like recently over the last stack of days with cleaning out my van and posting my van for sale and my van actually driving away, those are just video content that just gets thrown at me. I'm like, ooh, thanks for the footage, and throw it in the editing software and brrr, boom, you have an easy video. It's the ones where you got to find down in the depths of your soul to make something. Those are the hard ones when you're doing everyday content. I'm not always awesome. I don't always have something great to say. Is your real name Chrome? Yes, it is. You want to see my ID? I'll show you my ID. It says Chrome Dizzle, Fashizzle, Manizzle. How do I give this to you without showing you guys everything? It's backwards. Hold on. Let's flip the camera. There you go. Valdez Chrome. Look at my hair. That's my face. Looking at your ID pictures are always funny. That's hilarious. Ah, jeez. Hold on. My shorts are falling down. Cooper, thanks for the super chat. I just got back from an ice climbing tour with 1,320 videos on YouTube. They're great people. With 1,320 video on YouTube? I haven't seen that one. They're great people. I'd love to give you a free flight and a promotional video. Can I send you some footage? Yeah, you can send me some footage. My email is chrome@vancityvanlife.ca. Thanks for the super chat. Jared says, dude, you look like a deer caught in the headlights. It's always funny when they're like, stand for pictures, and you stand there, you're like, okay, I'm just trying to get ready, like, and they go click, okay, done. Good, dude, can I smile? They're like, no smile. Did you use your essentials to get Vancity? I'm not sure what you mean by that. At least your picture, you don't look like a puffer fish. I think my next one, I might look like a puffer fish. I've gained a chunk of weight since that picture. Did anyone try to break in your van while you're out in the bush? No. Put it this way, if someone's trying to break into your van out in the bush, you haven't driven out far enough. You're too close to the city at that point. Get out there, go way out there where nobody is going. No, we've never had that kind of stuff. It's been incredibly safe. My van life has been a safe journey. I've had no problems, no danger zones. There's been a few times I've been spooked, but that wasn't because something was in immediate danger. It's like something happened and I didn't like the feeling of it, so I moved. Like I had a time when I was parked in this car. There's no reason for this car to be parked that close behind me. They were right up so close to my bumper that I couldn't see their headlights on, and they were sitting behind my vehicle in an area where there was no vehicles anywhere. I'm like, out of all the places on that road that they could have pulled up, why right against my back bumper? And I didn't like the feeling of it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna move. So I got in the front of my van and I moved. So by moving, I didn't know if I was gonna startle it or cause a situation, but I moved and I turned around, there's two dudes in their car, their faces are down on their phone. They didn't even pay me any attention. There was nothing, but they were spooked for no reason. Never anything dangerous. RV Davey, my hinge broke on my Ice Coast 60. I'm not sure what they're like for getting parts and stuff from. Well, I see Madison and Rainer on my trip. I kind of was hoping so, but they've kind of vanished off the grid. Nowhere to be seen. Linda, how's the build? It looks so freaking beautiful. So if you missed that video, the last one where I showed the clip of it, oh my gosh, the build looks so good inside right now. Sorry, funny picture of Cruz. Where to build that? Come on now. Come on now. Look at that. Look how good that looks. The fabric panels on the ceiling there won't be staying. We'll probably end up doing some kind of a bamboo ceiling up there. But look at that. Looks really, really good. And John made some little hooks that attach to the L-track down there to keep all the wire and stuff up off the floor. So when I'm traveling, I don't got to worry about all that wire dangling anywhere. But it looks really good. Here's the side door panel. It's just simple. He just did a little covering on it, built some panels. Looks pretty slick, nice and clean. And that's all I wanted before I went to Ontario is let's just do the walls, get it nice and clean, and then Andy can be out there and work his creative magic on it. Look at Alexandra. Seriously, I like the interior of the Sprinter. It kind of matches the blue exterior. I absolutely agree. I was so on the fence about all these other options and colors, and I was trying to find the interior color that was going to match the bamboo and the build, but I forgot to think about it matching the blue on the outside. That's why I ended up choosing gray. Nomad Slippery Pole, thanks for the super chat. I remember the video you told your mom you changed your name. You should try to watch your live stream. You should try watch your live stream on a TV instead of your phone. The chats are so big. That is actually a good idea. Because I watch them on my phone because it gets me staring at the camera and not like staring over here, but that's cool. Yeah, I remember making that video with my mom. She's like, what? Hey, Chrome and Cruzy, have you heard any strange noises at night while in the bush? I'm sure you've had people ask you about Bigfoot. Kelly, thank you so much for the super chat and the question. Have I heard strange noises in the bush? Yes. I've heard some noises some nights where I'm like, what is that? Like there's once, I wish I remember what time of year it was. I should look it up. Where you hear this, I don't know, would it sound like that, but something like that, like, in all sorts of places in the sky. I was like, what is that? I'm lying in bed and you can hear it sometimes in the distance, sometimes right by my window. And I'm like, what the heck is that outside? Like I heard it all night. I didn't know what it was. And then I ended up posting the video because I didn't know what it was. Until later, I seen a bird swoop down and grab something out of the sky. It was some kind of a diving hawk of some kind. And as it comes down to grab like bugs or whatever that's flying, it makes a noise because it's going so fast. No, it wasn't an owl. They were flying down and catching bugs. It was some kind of a hawk or something, a small hawk. It was pretty sweet. Nighthawks. That's what someone said, nighthawks. Yeah, it was pretty wild. And then, yeah, it ended up being that. I looked them up, researched it, Googled it, and in YouTube, that's what they were. I've seen all sorts of YouTube videos with it, but that was probably the wildest noise I ever heard out there in the bush. Ray Ren, thank you so much for the super chat. Coffee and cruisy snacks. I appreciate it. But that's the only thing crazy I've ever heard in the bush. Another weird noise I've heard in the bush that at first I'm like, what is that? And then when you find out what it is, you're like, shut up, for real? Was a pheasant or a grouse mating noise. Let me see if I can find it. And when you're out there in the dead silence of a day and you hear this little noise from a grouse, it's quite the noise. And you're out there like, what the heck is that? And sometimes it can be really, really loud. Grouse mating sound. At least I think that's what it is. And that noise doesn't sound like much right there, but when they're in the right place somewhere, it sounds like like it's resonating through the ground. It is insanely cool. Here's another one. For being such a little bird, they're super noisy. Yeah, it doesn't sound like anything on these videos, man, but when you're out there and it is dead silent, I could hear it in my van while I was cruising around. Yeah. Oh, Tourist Seat to Canada said, mine sounded like a cruise squeaky toy. It was a cougar. I'm still yet to see a cougar, and we have tons of them on this island. Yeah, sometimes you hear weird noises out there, and like there just ends up being nothing. You know, when I heard that noise, I was like, what is that? I didn't stay in the area because I'm like, and I kept hearing it. And it was really a deep, deep sound. It didn't sound like a little feather in the bush. It sounded quite, I don't know what it was. It felt like something big was in the ground that was about to come out and eat me. Wandering Rizzo says, don't wish for that. Island cougars are more sly. What's the design for the Ambo? Still going to use the design class? No, the school? No, we won't be. Andy says, you may not pick it up, but Cruzy's snoring is the perfect background. Can you guys hear him? I didn't think you guys could hear him. Am I gonna lift the new van? Yeah, we are definitely putting a lift kit in the Mercedes. Just 2 inches, 2 inches, not 4. Just 2 inches, that's all you can do on the Mercedes before it runs into some other problems. You don't want to do too much to it while it's still under warranty. You got to be careful with that part of it. Once it's out of warranty, then it's a free-for-all. But while it's still in warranty, there's only a certain limit you can do with a lift. And Van Compass makes a lift that doesn't affect the geometry of the factory driveline. So how long are you without a van for now? I'm not sure. John, are you watching? I'm not really too sure. It'll be pretty quick. So all that's left at John's place is John's waiting for some metal. That's it. Once that metal comes in, he can make my bed platform, install, he might even have installed it already this week. He's installing my Webasto heater. And then when that metal comes in, he'll be doing my bed platform. And that's it. I can probably take the van back until we get that trim piece for the skylight, which could be 2-3 weeks or so, or more, I'm not sure. I hope that thing's here by the end of the month so we can get that skylight in before we leave. Is John making the official bed frame or temporary, and Andy is making the official bed? So John's making an aluminum frame between the L tracks. So he's making this aluminum section up top with aluminum like trim. And then he's got anyway, he's building an aluminum platform, and then we're laying slats across the aluminum platform, like wood slats, so there'd be lots of airflow in by the mattress. And Andy will just attach his cabinetry to the frame of it. You know what I mean? He'll do all the front pretty stuff, but that frame will end up staying in the van build. The aluminum's light, it's super solid because it's attached to the L track. Andy will probably make a new topper for it, like all the slats that John's doing, they're just like basic wood slats. Andy will probably build a really cool, probably honeycomb, sort of whatever he decides to do on it, on the actual platform itself. But it'll be aluminum with some supports in the middle and then some slats. Permanent. Long way around to say permanent. Steph says, why do you sleep upstairs? I answered this one earlier because there's staff members that work upstairs. And right now down here, I'm not in anybody's way down here, so it works. Come on, man, my bed's right there. Hey, Cruzy likes it. Dave Allison, Out-Equip Pro air conditioner. Lots of YouTube videos are out. The reason why there's lots of YouTube videos on that Out-Equip Pro is because they're handing them out like damn candy to anybody who will make a free video for them. Oh, this is a good subject right now. Let me see if I can find this email. Someone messaged me for a brand deal the other day, and I wanted to post this up online just to show you guys, be careful with reading reviews. I don't know where it's at. Here you go. So here's the email right there. I know it's backwards, you can't read it. So the email says, "Hi, hope all is well. We are a business that sells," I won't say the name of the brand. "We are a business that sells RV air conditioners from Amazon. I'm contacting you because your creative content is such a great match for our product. We would love to have the opportunity for you to try out our product. We can offer you the product for free, and all you need to do is leave a positive review on Amazon as a certified purchaser," because they would just give me the free link to get it. That's what they're wanting for it, first and foremost. And also a video that will feature the link to their Amazon store for people to think. But they wanted, their number one thing they asked me for was they wanted a positive Amazon review. So don't trust the reviews that you do. We get emails like this all the time. Because on Amazon, the thing is, like, you want it from a verified purchaser. You want to know that that review was left from someone who purchased it. Well, that's what they do. They give us a code or they give us the money back. We get their product and we leave them a fake review so they could sell shitty products. Do not, be careful with what you buy on Amazon. And I went on there and there was 14 reviews, 5-star reviews, that people took the free air conditioner in trade for a fake review. So do not trust the reviews that you read. I never read the reviews. I'll go in and find something that has hella purchases because I'm pretty sure a company's not gonna go buy 5,000 reviews. It would cost them a fortune, or give out 5,000 units to get 5,000 reviews. The ones that are highly purchased are the ones that I would trust a review on. Yeah, that happens a lot, you guys. Chris Mendez, thanks for the super chat. What happened to the 3D project of your van that the school class was doing? I have the files. We never did anything with it. Those school class kids didn't do a full-blown van build for me. Some of them just drew a table with a fold-down piece. Something I could have bought at IKEA. Like, they weren't overly creative that way. Like, when I had that phone call with them, I said, guys, go nuts. Like, treat my van like a gaming room. You know what I mean? Like, all the cool things you'd want out of a gaming room. And they literally, I mean, they only had 3 months or whatever the semester is to build me something. And they only do class once a week or whatever it is. So it wasn't a whole lot of time for the kids to be super creative or come up with something big. A lot of them, some of them just created a table. That's all they had time for in that class, was to create a table. But yeah, it was good. It was super fun to work with the kids, and it was fun for the kids to kind of like see what it's like to design for small space living. That part of it was really good. But for me to actually build a van using that stuff, I'm not going to do that. If it was like crazy wild, I would have been like, I'm down for that. So I was hoping, because they're kids, their minds would be super, super crazy. But I think a lot of times in those states when you're in school, some kids are scared to be a little bit out there, you know what I mean? Yeah, they were great kids to work with though. They were super fun. We had some video meetings and stuff like that with them. They had tons of questions and stuff for me. I couldn't film that part of it, but it was so fun. I'm sitting there in the classrooms right in front of me. I'm like, hey, it was pretty cool. Am I getting an air conditioner? There's 2 brands on air conditioners that I'm looking at. One is the Dometic RTX 2000 and the Valit 2000R. I think that's the numbers that go with them. Those are the 2 that I'm thinking about. One is about $1,000 or $1,500 cheaper than the other one. So there's some benefits on either side, but I watched some reviews and both of those came out on top in this third-party video test that I watched, and I was thoroughly kind of impressed with both of them. One is about $3,500 Canadian, 3,300 Canadian. The other one's 1,800 Canadian or 1,600 Canadian, something like that. So there's some very big beneficial price points on the other side. Yeah, who knows? We'll see. I actually have that Valit company. They offered me an AC unit, but I'm on the fence. It's like, I'm not the guy that's just going to take a free unit just for the sake of taking a free unit. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that it's what I want and it's something that I would have bought on my own. If I do decide to go with the Valit unit, it's because I chose that initially from the beginning myself. So we'll see. But they did offer me one in trade for a review. But we'll see. Right now, I'm thinking like the Dometic one. It's slick looking, it looks good. And in that one test that I seen, it dropped the temperature the fastest and took the most relative humidity out of the air in a faster amount of time. And yeah, and then the Valit one ran longer on 200 amp hours than the Dometic. And it cooled, but by a fraction less. Like it wasn't substantially less, but by a fraction less. So they were pretty close on the market there for that front. But my worry is repairability, customer service, that kind of stuff. I want to make sure that I can call somebody, get a part. If my AC's down, I want to know, like, hey, the compressor's down. Can I get a new compressor? And be able to fix that when I'm on the road. But yeah. I seen someone in here said that the Dometic RTX one is too small for the 170. So the 170, according to stats, requires a 3,000 something, whatever it was. So yeah, technically both of those are underpowered for the 170, but all of those, including the Dometic, says that they're made for the 170. And the test that I watched on this the guy had this third-party test done. It was done in a 170 wheelbase Sprinter. So there you go, 3,000 BTU. So that test that I was watching on this guy's channel was, what they did is they built a room of a 170 wheelbase vehicle, ProMaster Transit, that kind of size, and they ran that test with all three of them. Let me see if I can find that online. Air conditioning test. See if I can find that video. I just recently watched it. No. This is the one. The company was called Rack Up and Go. They did a third...
You can have a huge condenser and a smaller evaporator.
They did a huge test with a third-party company did the test. But here's how they came out. The coldest one at the bottom there, that's the Dometic. The blue one right above it is the Valit one. Then the other ones that they tested were Turbo Air 2, Plain, P-L-E-I-N, Plain Aircon. And the other one was the Dometic X3. Yeah, so sorry. And the other one was the Nomadic Cooling X3, which was the expensive one that I was looking at. The Nomadic Cooling X3 was number 3 on the list. That's the most expensive one. That's the one that's like 6,000. But you got to realize this is only one test, you know. Doesn't mean this is all facts either. This is all true. There could have been discrepancies in the whole scenario. Oh, Amanda's like, tell everyone about the shop van dying on me. So the other day, I was in the shop. Daryl was working in the shop, and Amanda and Danica took off in the shop van to go make a garbage dump run, because that's why there's a pile of garbage over there, because we don't have a garbage can anymore, AKA the shop van, AKA the garbage can, literally the rolling garbage can. Amanda's like, Chrome, The shop van won't turn over. We're on the scale, leaving the garbage dump, and it won't start. I'm like, no way. So I sit around the phone. I'm like, just hold it for a while and see if it actually cranks. So she held it and held it. I could hear it turning and turning and turning, but it wasn't firing. So I'm like, Daryl, let's go. Daryl's like, where are we going? So I grabbed some recovery gear. We drove over to the garbage dump, and we backed up to them. They were still stuck on the weigh scale. We put a snatch strap on it. We strapped it together, and then we drove it right across the road to where the diesel place is. The 25-second guy who got my ambo up and running, took it right across the street to him, towed it right over, and now it's still sitting over there. Anyway, Matt, he messaged me today. He messaged me on this phone that we're on right now. Sorry. But yeah, he messaged me today, and they're working on the problem still. So he's trying to recreate the stall, because right now it's running fine. He goes, it starts fine, it runs fine, but I don't know if this is gonna go on you tomorrow or if it's gonna go on you a month later, but he figures it's a few different things, but he has to make it happen there. So yeah, he's got his guys working on it. What did he say? It's in my text messages on this phone and I can't get in there. Give me a sec, guys, I gotta grab a shirt, man, I'm getting cold. We're gonna wear this. Hey. I'm gonna wear my teddy bear shirt. Oh. Hey. Chromie in his teddy bear shirt. Ugh. There we go. That's way warmer. It's getting cold in here. But I don't want to turn the AC down because last night I had a shitty night's sleep because I turned the AC down before I went to bed and it was way too warm in here last night. I like that breeze on me. That's why I like van life so much. I like that exchange of air all the time. Iron Wolf, thanks for gifting 5 YouTube memberships. It was gifted out to Cindy Lou, Dana66. Easy now, Chrome. This is Slammin', and also Brenda and Grim. Welcome to YouTube memberships, you guys. And Iron Wolf, thank you for being so generous. Isaac White, school bus next? If I buy a school bus, it'll be a little shorty. Because those things look super good, all jacked up. Little shorty school buses are pretty dope. Alex, I watched you since day one. Love your content. I appreciate it. It's pretty cool that people have stuck around a lot. I went into the comment section and read a pile of comments the other day on selling the van. Just curious what people were saying or what you guys thought about me selling the van. And it was so nice to hear so many people in there saying, Chrome, I've been there since day one. You know, I watched you build your van with plastic cabinets and now you're here. It was so cool to see that I still have my original posse that got this whole channel started riding with me today. Oh, Linda, thank you. Yeah, Linda just dropped a super chat and a super fun little sticker. Linda, that was super generous. Aww. Waffles, end of an era. That is very true, an end of an era. Right now, being in limbo is a little bit of a weird feeling, but what do you guys think of my shirt? Eh? My little teddy bear sweater. I love it. I remember when I bought it, I'm like, I'm gonna buy this, just get teddy bears on it. A grown man with a teddy bear shirt. Brandon James, I'll hang out with you. Cool. Yeah, I bought this when I was bored in Calgary the other year when my transmission went in my old van. Weird to say that, by the way, old van. And I spent some time going through the malls because we didn't have a vehicle, so I'd walk around Calgary and did a lot of shopping and bought some things like this. And I haven't had the chance to wear it that much, but really like it. Mandy is like, I was pretty sure someone else bought you that. No, I bought this at Simon's? No, it wasn't Simon's. Some store like that in Calgary. I don't remember what the name of it was. Now, I bought this and a few other things that day. Oh, Badge is in my live stream. Oh, there he is. What up, Badge? We should give Badge a wrench. Let's do that. I think Badge used to have a wrench back in the day. There you go, Badge. Give me a sec, guys. There you go, Badge. You got a wrench. It's weird to see Badge's name without a wrench beside it. Greetings from New Jersey. What up, Workshop Studio? Teddy gone off grid says, I personally like this sweater. Me too.
Here's the contact info for Edward Hobbs.
Someone just gave me my phone just, my thing, Edward Hobbs. Edwards, you on here? Someone's like, my phone's like, here's the contact info for Edward Hobbs. It's not what I asked. Silly watch. No tourist seat to Canada, I can give you a wrench. There you go. Yeah, we ended up going through and deleting all of our moderators. I don't want to keep too many moderators because what's happening is I'm having a hard time keeping track of who's blocking people because I get a lot of emails sometimes going, Chrome, I'm blocked. And I'll go in there and find out that they're blocked. And these are longtime people that have been around my channel that may have slipped up with what they said once or twice, but they've been around my channel forever. And for me, it was just the time of going in there and doing that all the time. And now that life's getting a little bit busier, I didn't have the time to kind of go and do all that stuff. So I just went in there, wiped out every one of my mods. And I didn't know there was probably 40 mods in there that have probably been modding forever. So I literally went, boom, delete all of them. And then we just added a couple. We added Mandy and Lauren P. It's really what it's been, just the two of them. Billy, hey Chrome, why do you empty the ammo in your storage unit and throw your bed in the back of it? Because it's summertime and it's warm outside. Today was really nice out there though, but it's really warm outside and there's no air conditioning in the front of the ambulance. So we can't drive very much because if Cruzy gets hot, we have no way to cool him down. At least if we're out adventuring in, say, my old van that we just sold, if it got hot, we could always throw Cruzy in the front seat, turn the AC on, blows at his face, cools himself down. Right now, being in that ambulance is just dangerous. And I know people have brought up on my channel before, remember the last time Cruzy was super hot and you had to go rush him down to the creek and throw him in some water? We were in the ambulance. And we were doing great because the wind was blowing in the windows and then there was an accident and we stopped dead in traffic and that heat just was too much. And then we ended up having to run. Cruzy was so out of breath. Run down and throw him in the, in the creek. But, yeah. So yeah, no living in the ambulance right now because of Cruzy. Which is all right. I'm pretty sure Cruzy's pretty happy with where he's at down there. Snoring away in the background. Yeah, James White, the Bulldogs and heat don't mix. You got that right. Glad you're buying an air conditioner. But like you guys said, I know so many people have been preaching AC in the Mercedes, AC in the Mercedes. I'm 8.5 years in my van, and there's only been like one summer that I wish I had an air conditioner, and that's when you go grab a hotel. So it's not a necessity in the areas that I travel. We are going to add it to the Mercedes because why the hell not? But I don't feel it such a necessity. I say that now, but once you get those things, then you start realizing how much you use them. And I know, because I've always been so basic in my van life, everything's been pretty minimal, pretty simple. It's evolved a lot over the last stack of years in my van that I just sold. Like that, we started getting more luxuries and like winches and satellite internet and those kind of stuff. We started getting more and more toys. But when it comes to like luxuries like air conditioning, those are things that were like not a necessity to me. For 8.5 years, no necessity. So now getting the Mercedes and me getting older, I'll probably get a little bit more sensitive as the years go on. I know I'm more sensitive in the winter. I wore pants more this winter than I have ever in my entire freaking life. For real. I think because I get older, winter's getting colder, summer's getting too damn hot. just bitchy in those both seasons. So Scottage on Wheels, that's the guy we met at the campground out here recently. He says, never used my AC at all last summer and haven't used it yet this year. So that's the difference on where you travel. You know what I mean? Like if you're just cruising around British Columbia and some other little places in Canada where the weather is pretty mild in the summer, like think about that. He has air conditioning on the top of his beautiful rig, and we put our camera in his rig and hasn't used it in a whole year in some. That speaks volumes. Like I think a lot of people that are like really saying, get it, you have to have it, it's mandatory. They're living down in the States where it's hot most of the year. Like where winter's 24 degrees and summer's 48 degrees Celsius. What that is in Fahrenheit, I don't know. That is warm and hot as put it that way. Hey Alan, thanks for the super chat. I tried to buy an awning from Van Toys after you were talking about it last week, but it said shipping wasn't available to Tennessee. Don't think that's correct. Alan, email orders at vantoys.com and get Amanda to look into that. Because that should be fine. Because if you order an awning from Van Toys in the USA from our .com store, which is the one everybody logs into, but if you're in the USA, it routes you to the .com. If you log in from Canada on the .com, it routes you to the .ca by default. But it ships out from an American warehouse, so I can't see no reason why it doesn't ship to you. Amanda will look into that for you. Cindy Lou, you'll be glad you'll have an AC and you're traveling outside of your normal area. Trust me, from Florida. Yeah, see, this is where I think everybody who's been like, you gotta get one, is because they're in places like Florida. But like Scottage on Wheels, he's traveling out here in BC right now. No need for AC. But I do know myself very well. It'll be a luxury that I add, and then a luxury that I'll just want to use all the time. Because I really like the cool air. That I blow a million fans on me at night in the van, and I'm pretty sure when I get AC in the hot summer, I'll probably use the crap out of it. And then I'll become a giant pussy when it comes to being super, super warm outside. Like the other day, we were in the shop all day, I walked outside, just hit with this warm heat. It sucked. Yeah, the family man just said, I think AC is needed on the East Coast for humidity, 100%. But that's where you also just shift your travels. You just don't, you travel early and get out of there before the humidity, or you wait till like later in August and then go travel out there, you know, last couple weeks of August, or even last week of August, then travel all through September on the East Coast. You know, like they don't get snow out there that early, so you've still got tons of adventuring time. But that's all you do when you're in a van. You just shift your travels. I've been doing that for 8.5 years. You know, if somewhere's hot, you just look up your map and find the little spot that says there's the coolest place, and ooh, there's a couple day more driving, and now you're somewhere cooler. It's also fun that way too. It kind of keeps you on the move sometimes in the summer when you're like, okay, super hot in Merritt today. Where's the coolest place close to Merritt? It'll tell you that this town here is 15 degrees cooler and it's like 3 hours away. Well, let's get in the front seat of your home and go. I've been doing that for a long time now. It's worked out good. I don't think I'd purposely force myself to sit in a hot, sticky climate. Because even if it's got cool AC inside your van, it's still shitty outside. And I don't want to sit inside my van while I travel. See, Andy says that's why Chrome doesn't visit until the fall. Like right now, I could take my van to Overland Interiors May 1st, and we talked about it, taking it out there beginning of the summer. We did. We didn't have the money at the time. That's why we ended up bumping it up a little bit farther and taking it at the end of the year. But I definitely could have taken my van to Andy's, say right now. But I don't want to be out there on the East Coast in the heat. So we're adjusted our travel season based on the temperatures, making sure it's comfortable for cruising. Because I don't want to be in a rental van either with no air conditioning in that sticky East Coast garbage, because that is very, very, very sticky. We were out there the other year and that humidity hit. I was like, ugh, oh, this sucks. Melissa, thanks for the super chat. Melissa, hey Chrome, I just wanted to give you a big shout out to Amanda for the super quick turnaround on my order today. Much appreciated. Melissa, that was a combination between Amanda and Danica. And we do things quick at Van Toys. We don't mess around here. When someone makes an order, boom, out the door. So we're usually pretty quick on things. So Amanda took care of the battery part of the shipment, because the SOK batteries, when they're bought from Van Toys, actually get shipped from a warehouse in the USA. So they go out from the US straight out. You'll probably get those faster than the fans. And then Danica processed the fan order here. And went out quick. Like, I think by the time Danica printed out the labels to go on your fans, 45 minutes later, not even, UPS was at the door. And that's the Jared guy that's been in my videos quite a bit that brings Cruisy's treats. He's the guy that picked up your fans. Thanks for the super chat, Melissa. All right, Stephanie and Polly, thanks for the super chat. Asked you about a heater in a super chat above. I missed that one. Sorry. Asked you about a heater in a super chat above. I also emailed you a $25 Canadian Walmart gift card some time ago. Did you or Amanda get it? Yeah, Amanda got that one. Thank you for that. Asked you about a heater in a super chat ago. Let me see if I can find that here. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Stephanie and Polly question, how do a Webasto 2K to 5K gas heater professionally installed in my Ford Transit 350 HD, and it won't heat above 55 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, even though after an hour plus it seems weird or normal with 35 outside. So what size is yours? Is yours the 2000? So if you have the Webasto Airtop 2000 and you have a giant rig, and it's possible that the 2000 is too small for your, the 2000. So it is possible that the 2000, some people say different things. Technically the 2000 would be, sometimes would steer people away from the 2000 in a 170 size, high top size vehicle, because that is a huge room to heat. Usually at that point, we'd probably try to shift them into the Evo 40 from Webasto, which is a 4,000 kilowatt one. It's not the 5,000, but it's a 4,000. It's pretty much double that one. It's a little bit of a bigger heater, but that very well could be it. It just could be that the heater is not large enough for the space that you have. Or you have a ton of windows that are letting out a ton of heat, which, I mean, if your vehicle is sealed up entirely, with very minimal windows, lots of insulation, that 2000 might do the job just fine. Like I know even John down the road here at J5, he says do the 2000 all the time, never do the bigger one, where you'll have other builders that'll say, screw that, 170 needs the Evo 40. But I think the climate that you travel in plays a big role on what you need. So in my Sprinter, I went with the Airtop 2000 because we're probably going to put in the in-floor heating, which means the Airtop heater won't be as used as often. But remember that too, you guys. If you guys are thinking about putting heaters in your vehicles, if you have a ton of windows, you're going to lose a ton of heat, lots of it. Even if you guys cover them up, it's going to help. You cover them up with all those little insulated screens. it's gonna help, but not as good as doing like good thick insulation in your walls, which will try to keep the heat in. But vehicles, you're never gonna get a good seal on a vehicle. It'll always be losing a pile of heat. But that sucks though. Sucks when you do that. I mean, luckily doing the upgrade, it's same holes in the floor, so I don't think the template on the floor changes for where the exhaust pipes go out. And the wiring's already gonna be there anyway. The exhaust is different though, like your air intake and your exhaust is different size. Stephanie, thanks dealer, put a new one in and it ran 3x. Anyone need a nearly new 2000? Yeah, it sucks when that kind of stuff happens. So like, it's always hard too, because people ask us here, hey, what size one do I need for my van? And I'm like, well, I would say do the Evo 40 because it's probably better suited for it, but you also have the risk of it being too hot. There's either the risk of the 2000 being too little or the Evo 40 being too much. There's a balance in there that's very unclear. Yeah. Wish there was a better science to that kind of stuff. Chris Swain, sale of the van, hope the stress is better. I definitely feel very good. It was really nice to kind of put some money in the bank to know that there's some things in the Mercedes build that I can move forward with now. And it felt really, really good. Because honestly, guys, there hasn't been, I know people have this big misconception that this guy's rich as, not the case. Not the case. So selling that Mercedes, selling my van was a very much a strategic part of my plan for building out the Mercedes. Getting a little influx of money is gonna help that build move forward. And that's all I really want, is that build to slowly move forward bit by bit. If we move that thing a little bit farther, sooner or later, we're gonna get it done. But I'm glad to see that it went to a really, really good home. It's weird, I talk about my van like I just gave away my baby. Drew's like, as you get a shop notification, yeah, let's see what that shop notification was. My package is on its way. What is this? From FedEx. This might not be for me. Tracking details. Oh, back up. Come on. Come on, where are we at here? Oh, I don't know what this package is. It's going down to Blaine, Washington, which is for us, for the van. What is this for? It doesn't tell me. So all the orders that I have are all right here in my shop app. By the way, if you guys ever buy things online, I think this is not a pitch. You should download the Shopify app for real. Most stores that you buy from are on Shopify. So if you ever buy something online, it shows up in your Shopify app. That's where that notification was, because I just bought from some random store. And then if they're in Shopify, it goes ding in my Shopify app. And I just push this button here. Like there's Shopify and like stores and stuff like that and things I've bought and whatever. There's just random stores. Like you go shopping on here. But even if I don't use it for shopping, I use it for tracking my shipments. So when you push this button there, there's everything I've gotten shipped. So right now we have orders coming in from Hunt Parts. That was for my bumpers. We just picked those up today. From DIY Van and from Go Code. They're all in there. Seriously, it's so cool. And you can even add shipments to it. So if you go down to the bottom, I don't know why I'm showing you this shit. Push the 3 dots up here. Where else is it going here? Yeah, push the 3 dots up there, and then you can add a shipment from somewhere else in there so you can track all your packages in one spot. I freaking love the app. It's so good. And Amanda was telling me today that a lot of people don't use the Shopify app because when you buy from, say, Van Toys and you have that app, it does the same thing, ding, and then you buy, and then you don't have to buy it on your phone, you buy it on your computer, it dings on your shop app, and then when it gets shipped, it goes ding, your product is shipped. It's pretty cool. I highly suggest it. Jared says, tracking my Van Toys shirt right now on the app. It's pretty good. At least your old van is gone and your memories will live on in all your videos. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe tomorrow I might make some reminiscing part because we were just kind of here at the shop today and it really wasn't that interesting. Me and my daughter did a cool project, but it wasn't a whole lot going on around here. So I think tomorrow we might take a couple minutes of the video and reminisce a little bit on the past that van's been through. I think I want to do that because I want to go back and watch some of those older videos where that van was up on top of some really epic mountain ridges. And I don't know, I want that moment. So if I want that moment and I feel like I want that moment, then maybe some of you guys will enjoy hanging out with me through that moment. Alan, oh, that was a long time ago. Sorry. Marty Marr, thanks for the super chat. In the rear view, like that channel name. Can't wait till the Ontario trip. Miss you the last time you were in Kingston. I like Kingston. That's a pretty rad little town, that one. I think I really like Kingston because the Kingston prison was pretty cool. I love that. Thanks for the super chat. Every time you hit your desk, the big lights behind you flicker. Oh. That's hilarious. That is so funny. That's hilarious. Hightower, My Journey, thanks for the $5 super chat. I would like a Disco and Cruise sticker. It's a cool idea. You know, it might be kind of fun to put those two little faces together on a camera, on a sticker. I don't know what we would write on this sticker, but I like the idea. Oh, Jeremy Fawson, thank you. Did you have any issues with your heater? Oh, let me read it on here. Did you have any issues with your heater being in an enclosed space under your bed? No, I didn't. I'm debating on where to put my 2 kilowatt S-bar gas version. Once that is figured out, I'm going to grab my electrical with my 4250 when it's done. Okay, so underneath my bed it's how it was built. So Overland Interiors does hexagons, like these little hexagon patterns all over the inside to cut the weight of the van build out. The structure and the strength is still there, but it allows airflow, a ton of airflow. And because it's not a sealed compartment down there, it gets lots of air. Like right where my rags are, where I put my rags in the side, there is an open cubby. So the air can come from the front through that and through all the hexagon and come out. So there's a pile of airflow back there, plus the back of the cabinets are all open back there. So we've had no problems whatsoever with it. But you gotta think about that stuff. You don't wanna choke out the heater. It needs airflow because remember, without airflow, you're gonna probably have a fire. It's gonna be a problem because the whole thing requires air to move across it to bring heat out the other side. So when that air gets choked out, that heater's gonna keep heating. It's gonna keep heating, it's gonna keep heating. And I don't know if it's gonna catch on fire, but you need to have that airflow. It's necessary. You don't wanna choke it out. Like the airflow on the heater isn't involved in the combustion part because those heaters are combusted outside. The airflow comes in, does the combustion, and then it gets exhausted out. So the combustion all happens externally. But, the Great Spoon, nice to have you in the live stream. Great Spoon just gifted 10 YouTube memberships. It went out to MP, Greg, Tank, Sunday Cruisin', Darren, Jules, so many. Ramon, Tina, Marcus, Johnny Barr. The Great Spoon, thank you. And I got Andy on the text. You may not, when you coming back, we will have to go do some camping in the rain. I'm in. I'm in to go camping, bro. We never got, anytime I've gone out to see Andy, it's just been, well, what me and Andy are good at. Work, work, work. Grind, grind, grind. I think me and Andy are cut from the same work ethic cloth. We both hard workers. So anytime we've been out there, it's just been making things and filming things and editing things and making more things. And then that's it. Then we're both beat tired. I give him a hug goodbye and I'm like, see you next time. We both probably go home and go. Yeah, we work hard, man. I respect that boy for that. Overland Interiors has some pretty cool shit going on right now, you guys. They're, I think his website's up and running now. They're doing flat pack van builds, and I'm excited to start putting some of that stuff on the Van Toy store. He's making van build kits for the Ford Econo lines and a bunch of other vans too. It's pretty sweet, man. I'm really excited for what he's doing. Mandy's like, not me, I'm a slacker. But you know what? I seem to surround myself with crazy people. Amanda works so freaking hard, it is ridiculous. And she's perfect around here. I need like more of her. She gets so much stuff done. She gets mad at me sometimes because I chuck all this stressful shit at her. She doesn't get mad at me, but she gets all the stressful stuff. But Amanda's the same way. She'll work day and night. Like I'll get messages from Amanda like 5 in the morning. I'm like, what are you doing working at 5 in the morning? She's like, I was up at 4. She works hard. I appreciate you, Amanda. The Great Spoon, thanks to the super chat. You either go live, you either go live when I'm working, or perhaps I'm working when you go live. Either way, I don't get to interact with you as I'd like to. Well, the Great Spoon, maybe you'll have to message us and we'll plan around your work schedule. I don't mind doing that. Everybody been messaging me, Chromie can't go live at this time. Chromie can't go live at this time. Oh, that sucks. Just pretend your tummy doesn't feel good and go to the bathroom and just watch me while you're sitting on the toilet. I think that's what a lot of people do. That's what I do. Just go hide in the bathroom and pretend I'm not feeling well. Chrome, go back to work. I'm like, I'm not feeling good. Overland Interiors, I just finished my 15-hour day just pushing forward. That a boy. Yeah, not a lot of people these days have that kind of grind in them anymore. At least we don't see that as often. And I meet a lot of people, man, and there's very few of them out there that have days like that. I work days like that all the time, just about every day. Like there's some days, like today, we went out for lunch. Went out for a late breakfast. I took Amanda and Danica out for a late breakfast. What did I do a majority of breakfast? I was on my phone doing emails the whole time. Except for when the food came, put the phone down, I ate, but the whole entire time they were chatting together and I was working. Like they came into the restaurant, I'm standing at the front, sending through links and stuff like that to people who are emailing me looking for stuff. Yeah. My days are long. And I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I really enjoy those long work days. Work hard now, enjoy retirement a little later. Did you just sell your baby Chrome? I did. My van is no longer here. Nothing like a cold cop. Oh, shit. Oh, I made a mistake. A big mistake. I put something in the freezer because I was thinking maybe I'll have a beer during the live stream. It's frozen. Bummer. I threw that in there. I was like, oh, cool, I'll have a beer. It doesn't feel frozen, though. I bet you it only freezes when you open it. It's not hard. I'm not opening it, though. Bummer. That sucks. There's beer in there, but sometimes, is that cold enough? Nah. Sometimes a light beer is not my vibe. On a hot day, light beer is great, but bummer. Crazy, you see what happened? Daddy froze beer again. Why? Because I think I'm an idiot sometimes. Cruisy's like, I think you're an idiot all the time. Look how cute he is. Hi, buddy. Look at his tail. Hi, buddy. Hi. What's going on? Hey, what's going on? You're so cute. You like my light? It's part of a hexagon light. It's what's lighting my face right now. It's funny. Yeah, I wrecked a beer. I was excited to try that beer too. It's from a brewery on the island here. No, Relevant Travelers, open it, come on. I think if I wait a minute, wait 10 minutes, maybe I'll open one. But I think if I open it now, it's just gonna go frozen. That'll wreck it. But if I can hold off a little bit, maybe it'll just be back to its okay temperature and I can actually crack it. Because once it's frozen, it's over. You don't beer anyway. What? Are you making other color of cruise merchandise like a black shirt or a hoodie? Ooh, I think that cruise lying down one might look good on black. I don't think we have any more transfers left upstairs. But that might look good on black. Amanda, if we have one upstairs, let's see if it looks good on black. I'd be cool if people want to buy, like I think the sales on those shirts have been okay. They've been pretty good. I would be okay to print it on black. We don't have any left. Yeah, I'll talk to Amanda about that here when she's at the shop. I think I'm going to see her tomorrow. And then if that cruisy lying down one is something that we feel like we can resell, then again on a different color, because right now we have them on brown and blue. We've never done that before. We've never released one shirt on multiple different colors. So right now we still have a bunch of browns left, a bunch of blues left. Maybe when those are sold out, maybe we'll do one on a black. I like the black idea. I'm a black shirt guy. 90% of my t-shirts are black. Snoopy app for your watch, where did you get that? It's pretty cool, right? But it's fun, like when you pick your watch up, it does different things every time. Watch. Okay, come on, it's not gonna do it now. Oh, really? Just now? It just died. Just now. What shitty timing. Let me charge it. It just died at the wrong time. It was just on. Give me a sec. It's on the watch app on, if you go to your iPhone and download the Apple Watch app where you control what's on the watch, the Snoopy one is actually in that app. It's a part of the Apple Watch. Did I remove the Starlink from the old van? Yep, the Starlink dish is over here on the floor. Right over. Never mind. It's a mess over there. Jonathan, got my sticker pack and badassery shirt. I love it. Wicked. No bad slippery pole. Almost time for, I just said a bad word. T for cruise on the live stream. I can do that. Oh, he's sitting up. Hey. Someone said it's time for treats. You want some treats? Yeah? Okay, well, I'll get you some treats. Hey. Get you some treats. Oh, it's sealed. Hey, sit down. Sit down. You can thank Nomad Slippery Pole for that. You're getting this because of him. Look at the drool. Okay, come on. Okay, I'm gonna give you a treat. Do not bite my hand off. Don't bite my hand off. Not a boy. He's so cute. You want to swallow that one first, one at a time. Are you even chewing them? You catch this one? Oh, you got it. Good boy, buddy. Good boy, bro. Good boy. Hey, did you guys see? Look at, it's not as bad as it was yesterday. There's some floor here. Oh, did you see the slobber fly everywhere? I seen that, buddy. It's dripping off your chin. Look at the slobber. We cleaned up a little bit. I put most of my belongings all nice and neatly there on the counter. It's not so much in garbage bags all over the floor in here anymore. I organized things, my jackets, my hoodies, some flannels, shirts, pants, shorts. Some of this stuff is probably going to go in boxes and put inside the Mercedes as soon as we get it back. And that'll be it. My shop will be clean. Right now it's a shit show. It's funny. Amazing J's, oh well, my question isn't important. That would have been a good spot to put your question. It's hard to read everything, you guys. If you're new to live, watching someone on YouTube, on live stream, it's hard. Question, are you going to create / build a folding stairs for Cruz to get up and down out of the bed? Cruz, the whole van build is designed around how my dog gets up in the bed. Literally designed around it. For real. Give me a sec. Text message. Let me see if we can find a picture in here. Cancel. What am I doing? I have a picture of my van build that I'm going to put in the for you to see. It's in here somewhere. Oh, my daughter got a cat, by the way. Here's some pictures of her cat. She brought her cat into the work into here. There's her kitty. It's cute, right? His name is Blade. Super cute. snapped a pile of photos. There's Cruz right by the kitty. That's about as close as they got to each other. Cruz is super curious. The cat, on the other hand, was like, get away from me. Oh, I think Cruzy wants to go outside. Yeah, he's sitting by the door. David Willie Bear, welcome to YouTube memberships. The Wanderer, yes, we are going to be weighing the van after it's done at John's place. Let's go let our Sir Cruzy Bear outside. Hi, buddy, we're coming. We're coming. We're coming. We're coming. There's been a little baby black rabbit that hangs out right there underneath the table there. That's a pile of stuff that belongs to the lady next door. But the little black bunny's usually sitting there, and Cruz comes out, and the black bunny goes, pew! And he goes and pees over there. Cruz is a squatter. I don't know why I'm filming. Why am I filming Cruz pee? Oh my gosh. Where'd my chat go? Come on, bud. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on, handsome. Atta boy. Atta boy, buddy. Atta boy. Hi. Hi. Think my beer is okay to crack yet? I don't think so. I'm scared to crack it. Justin Burton just upgraded their membership to stage 2. Thank you. I appreciate it. Cruz purrs like a cat or snorts like a pig. However you want to put it. Relevant Travis like, do it. I'm scared to do it. Let me finish this and then I'll debate on it. I don't want it to go all over the place or wreck a beer that could still be drinkable. I guess it's like no balls. Yeah, I got balls. I just don't want the mess. Chrome, didn't you have a throttle sensor go bad on the old van? No. I think, are you talking about like recently with that little thing? It stopped doing it. Daryl did a bunch of work on it the other day, pulled a bunch of the air intake system off and whatever else, found a split air hose, and the spark plugs, fuel pump, a bunch of other things, and that whole thing went away. I took it out for a test drive and it drove super good. I think the van listens to me. The van used to listen to me. It was like, I'm gonna break down, you're not gonna sell me. And then the van all of a sudden one morning decided, I wanna go to a new home, and drove great. So went into the new hands, the new owner's been happy, said this thing drives good, it's got lots of power, thoroughly has enjoyed it over the last couple of days. Well, yesterday and today. August East, I have an E250 that has the same rust hole under the driver's seat like yours had as soon as I rebuilt my van. Yeah, rusty floors on a Ford Econoline van is 100% guaranteed in everybody's van. Unless y'all live in like really dry areas that don't have winter, like Vegas. Open it outside. I'm worried it's gonna be a bad beer. Oh, stairs for the van. Oh, stairs for the van for getting crews in and out of the van. No, we haven't even thought about that part yet. We will see what happens with how we do the steps and stairs on there. If we do our like running boards, if we can build a drop down set of stairs too, which would be kind of cool. So maybe Daryl can come up with some kind of a contraption. He's a metal fabricator. He has a CNC plasma cutter at his shop. So creating cool things is what he does. So I'm wondering if maybe like we could actually have like the side steps that we would do for like off-roading, like a nice looking set of side steps, and then have something hidden behind that goes boop underneath. Like those traditional steps that you would normally see on the side of a vehicle. If we could tuck those up underneath the off-road ones, so the off-road one would have a step down, and then this one would be behind there and go below those off-road ones for crews. So I'm pretty sure we can come up with some kind of a concept. They make those steps anyway, so if we can incorporate that step instead of mounting it under the side of the van, that we mount it to that side step. That make sense? So instead of mounting it to the van, we mount it to the bottom of whatever. I'm getting confused. All right, what's going on? Someone said, it's the truth, waffles. What am I missing? Have you ever tried hiking in the Canadian mountains? I'm too lazy for that. Graham N., thank you so much for the super chat. Being homeless, yet having a killer shop and a soon-to-be new home is a good problem to have. You're very correct. Not sure what this is. Funding a second alternator fund, I think. I appreciate the super chat. Sorry, your thing gets moved up when sometimes I'm talking. Graham, I appreciate it. And yes, it's true. Put myself in this scenario many years ago. You know, we're in a pretty good place. I have a smile on my face. I'm good. We got air conditioning, frozen beer on the counter, a dog that loves me for the most part. It's great. I have no complaints at all. Amazing Jays, this is Amanda text me. Amazing Jays wants to know, will you print any Weirdos Unite hoodies? Yes. We have been talking recently about making more Weirdos Unite shirts. Sometimes I feel like I want to change things up and not do the old school ones anymore, but it seems to be highly asked for. So yes, I think we will be releasing a Weirdos Unite hoodie. And I don't know if we should just do a basic front hoodie or if we should do the something with something cool on the sleeves and on the top of the hood too. I'm not sure. But there's something to be said with just a simple shirt with one logo on the front. Sometimes simplicity is best, but with a weirdo on there, we could do some weird shit. We could get away with a lot more on a shirt. But yes, there will be hoodies coming. We'll probably start getting into doing that once we start getting back into more shittier weather. The hoodies will be different this time. They'll probably be a little bit of a different price point because I'm gonna go with a little bit more of a premium hoodie than what we did last time. The hoodies were nice. They felt really great to the touch, but once you wash them like 10 times, they started to pill up a little bit. And I don't mind if a hoodie fades a little bit, but when it starts to kind of feel like it's breaking apart, that I don't like. But it doesn't happen to everybody. I think because I'm rough on my washing. I live in my van, so it's laundromat, 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 which is like burning your clothing every time you dry it. Lori, yes, I cried when Chrome was at the water saying goodbye to the van. I cried too. I didn't think I was going to, but I stood there and felt like a pussy the whole time. I'm like, why, dude? It's just a van. But I've been emotionally attached to that thing for so long. It was maybe a couple of years ago, not even a year and a half ago, I said I'd never sell the van, ever. I thought for sure that thing would be sitting in the front of the yard up on the rock somewhere or something like that. What? You can hang out with us down here. What? What do you want? Cruzy wants to go upstairs. No! I'm putting my foot down. You stay down here. Come on. You have a bed right here. Why do you want to go upstairs? You're going to go sit on the couch, Dad. There's a perfectly good bed here. Are you good? Want a ball? He was barking at the door to go upstairs. Sunny D, I do remember you. I remember the Sunny D in the comment section before, but I don't remember, did we ever meet? But I remember Sunny D. It's a long time ago, like a long time since I've seen that name in a live stream. Do I ever hear from Foresty Forest? No. I'm too much energy for Foresty Forest. He's a very calm guy. But no, I haven't texted him in a while. Graham, thanks for the super chat again, Graham. Moving on is a good thing. Moving on is a good thing. New guy will love the new... I can't read your messages today. New guy will love the new to him van. And you now have the Mercedes. P.S. Do the second alternator. I will be doing the second alternator for sure. And the other owner is super happy with it. He seems really happy. He was so stoked. He sent me a picture of him taking my old home to work with him. So he's pretty happy with it, which has been fun. But yeah, we're definitely going to do the second alternator. I'm going to probably start picking up those parts now. Now that we've sold the van, we have a little bit more money to put into the Mercedes build. So adding some of these little fun things now, it's a good idea. Thanks for being so generous today, Graham. Yolanda says, just started watching, gonna watch at 2x speed to catch up. Just, just watch now. Go back and watch the 2x later. We've been on here for 127 minutes. Have you decided about the AC? Yes, we're doing air conditioning. What brand? I don't know yet. We will see. Alucia's, right now I'm convinced that alternators are the way. I'm glad I upgraded mine. I think a lot of people, there's a difference when you're dealing with some people are really good at adding high-powered alternators to the vehicle. Some people just leave their factory one. I've had the factory alternator in my van since day one. I've never changed it. It's been the same. And I'm pretty, oh my gosh, stop saying my van. It's not my van anymore. It's been like that in my old van since day one. And I should have upgraded the alternator before because I drive so much, having that alternator power, especially when it can push out double what it's capable of as a factory one, changes the game. And now with the new ones that are in the Mercedes, they push out I don't know, I'm throwing up 2,500 watts or something like that. So if your batteries can handle the juice, that alternator will send it to it. They're super high current alternators. Graham, thanks for the super chat. Mike Wilson, thanks for joining YouTube memberships. Alucius, within 10 years, solar will be 2x and probably close to my DC to DC charger right now. Yeah, man, so many people, I think the hype on the solar comes from a lot of people that live in portions of the USA where they see a pile of sunshine. Where Canada's not like that. You know what I mean? In the wintertime, our sun is over there, not up here. It's over there, at about that height in the middle of the day. It's for real. Sometimes it rises and goes down. Right there. So our solar production in the winter times is really bad. But I think that whole solar hype you guys see on social media and YouTube like this is because there's areas where solar is so driven because it is so important. When you're getting that kind of sunshine, capture it, 100%. But up here, if you move around enough, you can probably get away with solar without no solar. Emily doesn't have solar on her van. She's never had solar on her van. And I told her, just do it. You have all the components already. Solar panels are cheap. She doesn't feel the need. She just goes and drives for an hour and bada boom, she's got power back. So generating your own electricity, whether it's on solar or alternator, is pretty big. And I think I'll be able to show you guys if it's worthy or not. Because my Mercedes from the very beginning will be running solely on alternator charging. Big battery bank, one big alternator to run it, not the factory alternator and aftermarket one. So, and I've met somebody here at my shop that came by that just says alternator charging the whole way. How's the teeth? I have an appointment on Friday. When you guys are all partying down in the USA for 4th of July, Chrome will be getting face all numbed up and be like, maybe we'll do a live stream for that. But they're doing two, top and bottom. While this whole side is numb, they're doing them both. Yeah. That'll be fun. Happy 4th of July. Cheryl, yeah, we haven't thought about the stairs on the outside part. Right now, my little system for getting cruise in the van actually works pretty decent. Because all I gotta do is get myself in a good solid position with my back in a good position, and it's just lifting with my arm. I don't lift with my back or turn or anything like that. It's just boop, more of a bicep curl with cruise by the nutsack. He doesn't have any nuts, but that's how I lift him in from that groin area, just and it works out pretty good. Yeah, steps. I never even thought about them. I seriously never even thought about the outside steps and stuff yet. I think that stuff will all come together when we start designing the van. Watch. Oh, it doesn't have enough juice yet. I was gonna show the Snoopy thing. Charges fast, man. It's at halfway already. Are you worried about the weather when I am traveling? Yeah, that's why we're traveling to the East Coast so late in the season. Because it does get warm out there and I don't want to be a part of it. I think we might get there just at the tail end of it, which is okay. If I know we got to deal with some sticky stuff for 4 or 5 days, cool. But we're getting out there late enough that that I think we're going to be close to avoiding it. Because I know usually I find when I'm in Ontario, when it starts to hit September or late August, that's the good time out there. Because you're past the bugs at that point. Things are definitely a lot better once you're hitting around September. It's going early where you're hitting all the bugs and stuff like that. And I mean, I'm guessing that's going to be dependent on specific areas that you're traveling in. Some areas might be worse than others, like maybe northern side of it. But we've been pretty good every year. We always try to hit those places. Like that other year, we left Ontario until later in the year. We were there early in the season, stayed away from Ontario in the summer, and we went straight to the East Coast. And the weather was really good on the East Coast until we hit Halifax for about a week. It was sticky. Then it was gone. It was pretty good. At least that's what I remember anyway. Could have been a month of miserableness, but it felt like a week. I don't remember. I have all the videos on my channel if you guys want to go see. Marty Marr says, don't get an upgraded alternator. Get a second one. Yeah, no, in the Mercedes, it's not getting an upgraded one. The factory alternator stays with the factory stuff. It'll get the upgraded alternator on that bottom bracket in the bottom corner where the second alternator is supposed to live on the Mercedes. Definitely not upgrading it. Upgrading an alternator is okay in a van that doesn't have a second alternator option. You know what I mean? But those Mercedes, there's an alternator number 2 bracket right at the bottom screaming for the upgrade. So yeah, we're definitely going to do that. Jay Diggity Dog, thanks for the super chat. Sold my dream car after 20 years, tough, but worth it. Turned 50 and now building a van. What did you end up doing with the awning on the old van? The awning went with the old van. The new owners got it. Good night, Linda. Thanks for hanging out with us for a while. Mike Mundell, thanks for joining YouTube memberships. No worries, Van. What's up? Alucia says the Ford Transit alternator is only at 110, but you can get a second one over 200. That's wicked. Yeah, the one they make for the Mercedes is bonkers. Let me see if I can look this thing up. It's bonkers. Mercedes alternator upgrade. I can't remember the name of the company. I think we did this on the last live stream too. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I thought it would just pop up, but nope. Are you naming Big Blue? Nope. Amanda block someone? Someone being a dick? I want to see who you blocked. I want to see the mean stuff. Looking at my phone, I missed out on the mean stuff. Sometimes I like the drama on YouTube. Nation, that's the one. Here's it. Oh, man, it just sent me a screenshot of it. There's so many of them in here, I don't know what it is. $280 XP, I'm guessing that's 280 amps. Yeah, 280 amps, that's a ton of power. That's a lot. My goodness. Yeah, Scottish on wheels, that's the one. Nations. It's a Nation something with some wake speed control module or something like that. It needs this little module in order to know what and when to bring power back or something. I haven't done too much research on it, but it's supposed to be a really, really cool system. Oh, Graham, you're being super generous today. Graham, how can anyone be mean in here? Weird, but not weirdo. I appreciate all the super chats. Oh, yeah, I want to see what Amanda sent me. All right, what was this guy? What's going on? All right, guys, I'm going to read it. You said for years you care for... This comment's been removed. This person's been removed. Be a dick, you get tossed. You said for years you care for your van that is sentimental to you, which was clearly not true. You go and sell it at the first chance you can. You're not hurting for money. You get paid, fucking liar. P.A. Hagen. See you. Sorry, I meant see you. Dick. I loved that van. But life is all about change and moving on. If you stick with the same thing all the time and you don't change, you get the same result every day. And when you're expecting change out of the same thing you do every day, it just makes you frustrated and miserable, and then you turn into this dick. Change. Embrace that shit. Go do crazy things. Was it easy to sell the van? Hell no. I cried about it. But you gotta move on and make change and go forward. Without that change, your life sits still and you become miserable and you sit in the comment section and you spew shit. That's what happens. What a guy. I love the comment section sometimes. Thanks for sending that, Amanda. I appreciate it. Sunday Cruising. Carol Clark, thanks for the super chat. Nomad Slippery Pole, your beer will be good to open now. Just open mine from the freezer. Okay. Here's a good question. What brand of frozen dog food do you use for cruise? Cindy, anything. I don't feed crews a specific brand whatsoever. Andy just texted me. I always say, burn the boat and keep moving forward. Andy has said that term to me probably 3 or 4 times throughout this me wanting to sell it process. Just burn the boat and keep moving forward. It's a good way to put it. Yeah, I always wonder, like, people in the comments who say those kind of things or be mean, because it does happen. I feel sorry for them. Like, where in your life did you go wrong that you wake up and you're miserable every day? What? I don't get it. Poor people. I feel sorry for you guys. Not you guys, but those guys. They're back there going on the keyboard. Shut up, Mom! They're like, I can't believe I just did that. That's what I picture on the other side. Ah! Oh, I'm so funny. Someone said he was a subscriber for the past 8 years. Well, now he's not anymore. Yeah, I know people like that. Like, what did he say? That I was a liar? You know? Sometimes you gotta let go of things you love. Isn't that the saying? If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's meant to be. I just let it go. Run free. Fly, my beloved, fly. And maybe one day it'll come back to me. Maybe. Maybe one day it'll be right here. It's possible. Okay, let's go attempt this beer. And I want, what the hell? Oh, sorry, guys. Ooh, I just about lost the live stream. Why are you sitting over here? Can you tell me why? Why there? You think someone's going to come in the door? Why not hanging out with me? So somebody asked, what kind of raw dog food do I give you? I don't give you one specific brand. I give you all the brands. For real. Every single brand I find that looks like real meat is the ones that you get. So for that person who asked that question, I have some raw food in here. So this looks like real meat. What's this one? This is lamb. Lamb. But that looks like real meat. I will feed my dog that because when you thaw it out, it looks like real meat. This one looks like real meat. This is, this is emu. But, you know what I mean? So if you see raw dog food and it looks gray, don't feed it to your dog. Like this all looks like real meat. So, but it's true, because you'll see some raw dog food, they look gray, don't do it. Like this is venison. Hey, it's venison. It's like it's frozen. It sucks. But yeah, so in here I have Buddies, which is a brand from the island here. This is from a company called Natural Instincts. So Cruzy's been getting this one here too, just because some of the other ones are too much, have too much bone. So sometimes I would give him things with no bone. This venison one is just straight meat. Or here's another brand here, Big Country Raw. That is a big block of just meat. So, yeah. Every single brand. And duck feet. He likes duck feet. All right. It's frozen on the outside. Here goes nothing. It's called Jet Fuel, West Coast IPA. We're going to open this up over here, just in case. For those of you just logging in, this is frozen in the freezer. Oh, I need a, hold on. You coming over to see if this is... I think it's drinkable. It's slushy, but I think it should have stayed a little longer. But I think she's drinkable. Cruzy, you want a beer? Nope. Oh, it's starting to slush up pretty good. So I've wanted to try this one. It's called Jet Fuel, West Coast IPA from Ace Brewing Company. Where are they located? Ace Brewing Company in Courtney, BC. It looks okay. Look at that. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. No mad slippery pole was right. Donald, how's Danica doing? She's doing good. Justin Moore, your new van is going to be sick. Can't wait to watch the adventure. Watch the adventures in it. Stoked too. Andy says they wake up in, we're talking about the trolls, they wake up in the same place that they were yesterday because they never had the courage to move forward. You got that. That's a good way to put it. Mike the electrician just sent me this. That means Mike, right now, the world famous Mike the electrician, is sitting at Cactus Club in Nanaimo right now, eating blackened chicken, the Creole blackened chicken, with the hash browns with the mashed potatoes and the asparagus. Oh, he's drinking a Bellini. Look at him, he's drinking a Bellini. Mike, thanks for the invite. Thanks for the invite, dickhead. Oh, shit. Thanks, bro. Just rub it in. You're over there having a good dinner. Ooh. It's starting to expand. I'm not sure about that one. Whew. I don't know. I don't know if that's the one for me. It's one thing about trying craft beer, man. You either get bangers or not so much. Mike just sent me, ha ha. Sucker. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. That's not the beer for me. I'm good. Diet soda it is. Mike's typing. What's he going to tell me now? You can come. It's like 25 minutes from here. No worries, Van. Thanks for the super chat. Keyboard warriors, they will bust the caps lock on your ass. That's about right. And that's all they got. Mike's like, next time, I thought you would be in bed already. It's 7:27, Mike. That's a fair excuse. Haha. I'm actually live streaming talking. Speak Chrome. I'm actually live streaming talking shit about you to the world. Ah, shit. Dream, scheme, achieve it all. Welcome to YouTube memberships. Mike's probably logging on to YouTube right now while he's out there having dinner. Rocket Stove Adventures. Why don't I sleep upstairs? Because I have a bed downstairs. It's just, this is my zone over here, so putting it down here is just comfortable. You know what I mean? And that way I'm not screwing with the temperature upstairs for the girls either, because the girls sometimes don't like it too cold. Me, I like it a little chilly, so we got the AC blowing right at it, so. Mandy says, I go to bed at 8 some nights. That's why I'm awake at 4. So I've been going, I still get up at 4, but I've been in bed sometimes 5 o'clock. This morning I was up at 3:30 in the morning. Yeah. Barb's like, no beer. No, this beer's not very good. I have beer in the fridge upstairs that's better. It's just probably not cold enough. Let's go do that. Hey, Bruzy, you wanna go upstairs? You wanna come upstairs? All right, I'm going upstairs. As soon as I hit the door, he's gonna bark at me. Oh, I can hear his feet. I can hear your little toes, Cruzy. You coming? Oh, Paul Stewart, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. Aww. Oh, another super chat. Thank you for the super sticker. Pigpen. I appreciate that. Cruzy. Pigpen says, whoop. Okay, Cruz, come on. You got to keep them company. I got to go pee. Okay, Cruz, come on. I'm going to put the camera there. You go stand in front of it, because I got to go pee. Okay? You keep them company. You leave them alone. Cruz, you're supposed to hang out with them, buddy. You're supposed to hang out. So everybody keeps asking, why do we not put a bed upstairs here? Because, well, of that. I'd have to put a bed right here in the middle of the room or over there. So I would rather be downstairs. What do we got in here? This one's a better beer. That is a better beer. Oh, better put Cruzy's food for tomorrow back in there. Ooh. That don't look good. I think it's rock hard like a golf ball. Okay, everyone going downstairs. You coming? Are you coming? You want to stay up here? I'll leave the door open for you. Woohoo! Sorry, guys. Staring at my feet. So this is from a brewery over in Port Moody called Yellow Dog Brewing. And the fun part about this brewery is all their beers are dog related. This one's called the High Five. I'm gonna throw some names out there. I don't know if these are true, but they got beers like, last time we were there, we filmed some of them. They have beers like Shake a Paw, you know what I mean? Like things like that. This one is a damn good beer, hazy IPA. Beautiful. Better than any other one. Yeah, the Yellow Dog Brewing, they've got some really, really, really cool names. Let me see if I can find some of the names of their beers. It's so good. Yellow Dog Brewing beer names. Yellow Dog Brewing has dog-themed names for their beers. They have the Golden Retriever Pale Ale, the Chase My Tail Pale Ale, the Squirrel Chaser, which is a hazy pale ale. So, and if I forget, I won't name the name of the brands. I'll read it to you. So they have beers called the Retriever, Chase My Tail, Squirrel Chaser, High Five, which is one I have. Also beers like Pack Leader, Rescue, Rescue Lager, and then a bunch of just fun names, all dog related. Super fun. But this is my favorite beer at that brewery. It's a good one. I'm picky when it comes to beer. I either like a good light lager beer on a cold day, on a hot day, super hot. Like sometimes this on hot days doesn't hit it, but I like a good IPA. My favorite brewery on the island for IPA is Fern and Cedar. Ooh, delicious. Delicious. There you go, another one. Play Dead. Someone must be local over here. Where'd that one go? I lost your comment. But yeah, Play Dead is another one. Nomad Slippery Pole, Yellow Dog tastes better than Ace. Yeah, it's the first beer I've ever had from Ace Brewing. I've never tried them before. When I picked up a 4-pack of these, I'm like, oh, I'll try that one too. This kind of sounds like my thing, West Coast IPA. Am I cool? No. Phillips Brew, the Blue Buck, I'm not really a big fan of. It's okay. Phillips Brewing does make a good IPA. Like they have a Unicorn IPA, which is like a white IPA. That was really good. But I haven't been drinking a whole lot lately. Summertime's here, so I've been a little bit more beer than normal, but that hits a spot. The problem with this, though, this turns into me wanting junk food. That's the problem. I've been pretty decent eating. I've been trying to get a little better. I'm not doing great, but today, all I had today was a coffee this morning, and then I had, I went out for breakfast with Amanda and Danica, and I had a omelet. What? Big fat meal, big fat breakfast, but I had an omelet and hash browns, so good. And then that's it. I haven't had anything since. Man, there's still 1,100 people in here. Summertime, tequila? Oh, heck yes. I'm not a big tequila fan. Till I'm lying. I love my tequila. Oh, I guess Andy's leaving. I missed his comment. See you later, Andy. Good night, bro. 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10. This 10:30 where he's at. Is Danica going to start her own YouTube channel? No. Someone must be asking about the skylight bracket. The skylight. We're waiting for this bracket that fits in the ribbing on the roof. Once that bracket comes in, but I ordered it already, but the company said it could be 1 to 3 weeks. If that's the case, that pushes the bracket past me leaving here. And I'm not gonna stick around here just to wait for a bracket. If that bracket comes here late, I'm just gonna leave on my travels and Amanda can ship me that bracket out to the East Coast and we'll chop the skylight in out there if it's gonna take that long to come in. But it's on order. You never know. Maybe it shows up in a week and we're good to go. Good night, bro. Always love it that you pop in my live streams, Andy. Oh, Andy, before you go, just so you know, I'm gonna bring out that X-Tool laser thing for you. Frees up a couple bins over here. Just gonna bring it out to you, bro. Hopefully it works. Have I considered a mini split? Of course I have. I just don't like how the mini split systems are set up in the Mercedes. I don't know if I want that big unit off the back of the van. I think we're gonna do a rooftop one. That's my choice, I think, right now, and I think that's the one we're gonna do. We're gonna do a rooftop one. Where are you going, Chrome? I am going to the East Coast of Canada. And I'm stoked on it. It's gonna be fun to be in that rental van. I don't know if they've changed the layout or if it's the same kind of layout that we were in on the last one, but they got all brand new vans out there when they opened up the Toronto location, and I'm excited to go out and take out a Karma camper van for some time this summer. Boo, by the way, you guys, if you guys are local, let me see if I can find this in here. I'm pretty sure this is over now, but you never know. I got this email on June 27th. So, and I'm guessing this must be a regular thing for Karma camper vans, but they have a bunch of deals. So I'm guessing what they're doing. So they have locations all over the place now. They've probably become the biggest rental camper van company in Canada, I would guess at this point, because they have locations Vancouver, Penticton, Calgary, Toronto, Ottawa, Moncton, New Brunswick. That's a lot of locations. And I think they were chatting, maybe doing some in Newfoundland and stuff. So I'm guessing this thing is because they're moving vans from one location back to their original. Because if you rent a van from British Columbia and you drop the van off at Moncton, New Brunswick, that van's got to come back to British Columbia at some point because it's registered in British Columbia for insurance. So let me read you this. This is so freaking cool. So if I was you guys, I'd hit up these guys to find out, if these deals come up, you know what I mean? So check this out. $1 one-way deals. $1. Calgary to Vancouver in a 2-seater camper van, departing on July 4th, which is coming up, July 4th, and arrive before or on July 13th. So you have from the 4th of July to July 13th to transport that van from Calgary to Vancouver. It's a one-way trip, so you have to find a way from Vancouver to go back. But it's $1 a night to rent the whole camper van, $1 a night for the first 3 nights. Then after that, it's only $49 per night and unlimited amount of kilometers you can drive. So imagine that. You get a van for, what's that, 10 days? 9 days? At $1 a day for the first 3 days, $59 for the rest of the days, per day. And then all you gotta do is pay for your insurance, and then there's a cleaning fee and a pickup fee. So a small amount of fees that are always there anyway. Crazy, just because they wanna move a vehicle from one location to another. Imagine that, like what a cool way to get some deals. And the other one here is from Moncton to Ottawa from August 15th, so this one's still available, from August 15th to August 29th, so which is probably the same amount of time. And they waived the one-way fee, 20% off the nightly rate, so it's not as good as the other deal, but you get 20% off. And they're waiving one of the fees. So I'm guessing they have a fee if you take the van one way and you don't take it back. Like when I got the Karma camper vans from here, I took it, did my adventure, dropped it back off at the same location. So I guess they have a fee for one way only on that trip. But crazy. What a way to go explore van life, do a little bit of adventure without heavy hotel fees. Cool. You pick a van up there, drop it off there, and just fly home afterwards. That's a fun summer adventure and cheap. So if they have to do this on a regular, I would say hit up Karma Camper Vans and say, hey, I want to know when you need this again. Like, that'd be so fun. If I didn't have Cruzy, I would take advantage of this right now. For real. Like, but the problem is, because I have Cruise, if I were to fly into Calgary, I have to fly with Cruise, and I don't like the idea of shoving Cruise in a crate. I think I would do that in an emergency, but not for just a fun trip. I don't know if I'd traumatize my poor dog thinking that, oh, Dad left me. It would break my heart. But cool. Okay, guys, I look like I missed a super chat. Otaku Vanlife, thanks for the $2 super chat. Have you figured out which AC you're going with? Either the Dometic RTX 2000 or the Volette 2000R. One of those two. Oh, these names. Sorry, guys. I'm going to suck at reading these names. Thanks for the super chat. Parnosis UK. Try Brothers Dark Berry Cider from the UK. I'm not really much of a ciders guy. Mind you, I also haven't been turned on to a damn good cider either. Dream, scheme, and achieve all. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you guys being so generous today. Mary waiting on my Instacart. I should order Instacart, bring me some food here. I don't know, I don't know if they have those delivery systems and stuff out here. I'm in a bit of a, quote, remote area. Strongbow is the best cider. I heard Dickens cider is the best cider. Anybody ever had that? I can't believe they named that company that. Dickens cider. It's the brand. When I first seen that sign, I'm like, that's gotta be a joke. No, Dickens cider. I don't know if they're a local company out here, if they're an American company or what, but it's such a good name. Relevant Traveler question. Are the holes for the skylight versus the AC the same size? No. The AC is a standard 14 by 14, so if I decide I don't want the AC unit ever again, the AC unit can come off and I can put a roof vent in the same 14 by 14 hole. The skylight, on the other hand, is 28 inches by 17 or something like that. It's big. So there's no going back from the skylight. But the company that makes those brackets for the roof also makes a skylight delete. So if someone were to want to go backwards, they make a skylight delete, which is a bracket that goes around with an aluminum panel over top, and then you put the skylight in over top. Kind of deletes it, but kind of looks like garbage, I think, at that point. Now you've jankied up your whole system. So the skylight is a permanent thing. Like, there's no coming back from that. Yeah, we ordered those brackets from DIY Van. So if you guys are looking for brackets for your stuff on the ceiling, DIY Van, but they don't ship to Canada, so we have to go down and go pick it up from the States. But that's okay, because we have to make a trip for Van Toys anyway. Oh, this beer is so good. I should have put another one in the freezer is what I should have done. You know how that goes. Where are you installing the skylight, in the back or the kitchen? It's going right above my bed. Right there, baby, so we can see the sky and stuff at night and let that morning sun come in the morning. Oh, I can't wait. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Patrick O'Reilly, the RTX 2000 requires an opening of 14.5 by 14. So if you hate it, you might not be able to switch. Yeah, you should be able to. So John, when he installed my roof vent, he went higher than the 14, just a bit more, just to give you some movability. So yeah, I think you'd be okay at 14 and a half to still stick a standard 14 by 14 roof vent in, because you got to realize the 14-inch hole, the screws are still about a ½ inch all the way around from the hole on both sides, outside from that. So I think if it was only a ½ inch bigger, just for that piece to go through, I think you'd still be okay. How's my son doing? Will I be visiting him soon? No, he's up in northern British Columbia right now, probably working his ass off this summer. He has a landscaping company that he does all on his own. He has a couple of guys that are working for him, so they're probably slaving their faces off out there doing all that summertime, you know, gardening and building fences and stuff like that. So he's probably up there putting some money in his pocket. But I won't be seeing him this summer at all. We'll probably see him probably around Christmas time again. Lulu, woman's tanks or wife beaters? I'd love a badass black tank. Wonder, I don't know, maybe. I don't know how sellable those would be. I mean, I think I say that because I don't wear those shirts. I don't wear muscle shirts or anything like that. I got some man boobs down there, so when it hangs low, I feel like I'm showing off too much side boob. I feel like I'm giving up what I give up on my OnlyFans for free, you know what I mean? So I usually don't wear that kind of stuff. I don't have an OnlyFans either, by the way. I wish I did. My shop would be way bigger if I had an OnlyFans. But yeah, maybe it won't be happening this year. It's too late in the year. I think that's something we may be entertained for next summer. What we could also do, I mean, it's too late in the year, I think now. We could also just do a pre-order system. So for the person who just asked that, would you buy a shirt on pre-order? Like if we popped a shirt design out and said, this is shipping next month on this date, would you pre-buy? Because when we're doing stuff like that, we have to buy the shirts. That's the problem with those things, is we go out and we buy $3,000 worth of shirts, and if nobody buys them, that's $3,000 down the tube. That's the problem with doing unique items like that, where maybe do that stuff on a pre-sale, then we can know how many people ordered them. That way we order the shirts, and then we don't have to worry about being upfront with the money. If it's a regular t-shirt, we have no problems buying stock, because a black t-shirt will be printed on 3 different designs. It's not a big deal. But doing unique things like ladies wear or tank tops or anything like that, unique, is when we're getting into, well, am I wasting money at this point if it doesn't sell? Because what we find sometimes is that people will ask for items. They'll be like, hey, Chrome, we really want this. Cool, I get it for them, and barely anybody buys, and we realize, holy shit, just the 20 people that asked for it are the only 20 that ever bought it. So it becomes a waste of money that way. So yeah, maybe doing some merch drops for specific things like that might be fun in the future. Are you doing a cooler? As also not liking beer. Anyone doing a cooler? Oh, a cooler. I thought you were talking about like a cooler in the van cooler, like to keep the beer cold. I used to drink coolers when I was 18. First time I ever had a drink ever, I was 18. And me and my cousin used to drink coolers, like back when you used to go buy like a 2-liter, we just get shit-faced. We buy 2 2-liters, and that's all we drink, because this peach, it was so gross. We're hungover every time we were 18. We would do dumb stuff like stealing garden gnomes or stuff out of people's driveways. We'd steal sprinklers while they're working. We go cut the hose and we did stupid stuff. It was just stupid. We were stealing tricycles and stuff when we were younger, just drunk out of our minds on peach coolers. There was like $8 for a 2-liter of a peach cooler or something. And just be shit-faced, riding around on some stolen kid's tricycle that we took out of the front yard. Stupid stuff when we were kids. So the thought of drinking a cooler right now makes me gross. 21 now, $14. It was $8 or some of that. I remember that when I was a kid. It was super cheap. Oh, the fun days. I did that with my cousin. I didn't have a lot of friends when I was younger. Like, nobody really liked me. I was kind of like that. I was DJing at the roller rink, but I was that quiet kid, you know? Didn't have a lot of people that liked me. 2-liter peach cooler. Ugh. Oh, the good old days. You should try making a steering wheel cover. It's kind of a cool idea. I kind of like that one. I'm gonna write this one down. Sorry, guys. I'm always looking for like unique things. The steering wheel cover is a cool idea. Steering wheel. Keychains are definitely coming for sure. We're definitely gonna do a keychain. I want to do a cruise keychain. Amanda, if you're still in the live stream, which you still are, can you get on top of me and let's start doing hats? We have a hat press upstairs. Get on me for it. Say, hey, let's just sit down and design one. Now that I'm going to be stuck around here at the shop for a little bit until I figure out what's going on with John's, I'll message John tomorrow and see if he's got some kind of a timeline. And if it's going to be a while, maybe we'll go rent a Karma camper van for a week or so so we can go do some fun stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to be around here for a little bit, so maybe we can sit down and figure out what we're going to do for a hat. Or if you guys have an idea on what you want in a hat, we come up with 3 different hats upstairs that, maybe we could do this as a live stream. We can sit around one day and film this stuff and get everybody's feedback. But I don't know if we want to do just like a Weirdos Unite logo just on the side. Hold on. This is the Welltech Designs hat. So I don't know if we should just do a Weirdos Unite patch here in the corner. Like, these are actually embroidered right into the hat. We don't have an embroidery machine here. Is that a footprint? It's a footprint on the hat. We don't have an embroidery machine, so what we would do is we would just press in an embroidered image. So I don't know if we just do a simple hat with Weirdos Unite patch right here in the corner of it, or something. I'm not really too sure. But I'd like to start playing around with it. Maybe one day we'll get an embroidery machine here at the shop if hats become a popular thing. I don't wear hats myself. If I am rocking a hat, it's gonna be sideways. I don't wear hats frontwards. I don't really like the hats backwards. If anything, it's gonna be like a, always. I'm not a hat guy. Hats and me just don't, this is huge, by the way. We just don't get along very well. I don't like the feel of them. I think that's what it is. I don't like the feel of it. Me and hats don't get along. This way, I'm cool with that. There we go, we're good. Ooh, that's too tight now. But yeah, so we have the means of making hats. We should really do that. Brim's our first son, that's right. Brim's our first son. Wrecks your hair. I don't think anything's gonna wreck this hair. I put gel in it, and my hair's short, so it's okay. Hoodie with a zipper. Yeah, we can do that. When the weather permits for stuff like that, we can definitely do that for sure. Sweatsuits, probably not going to happen. We released the Vancity Vanlife old school velour sweatsuit. You remember those old velour sweatsuits? I've rocked those things before, back in the day. Like when the Rockaware or the Sean John came out with the velour tracksuit. I was all over that stuff, all over it. It's funny. Bright Deadly said, make it a pre-order limited edition item. Doing some things like pressing a t-shirt is okay to do as a merch, like pre-order, because we make the shirts ourselves in-house here. We do all the pressing here. But it's making unique items that require to be made that it's hard to do in a pre-order because we still have the production time from some other company. Where for us, it's easy for us to know, okay, Monday is the final day for doing pre-orders. Monday, we know we have 200 shirts. Monday, we order the 200 shirts. You know what I mean? The 200 unique items, and we press them. Because like those shirts, we order them Monday, the shirts can be here Tuesday. Like they're super quick, those shirt suppliers. And by Wednesday, we're pressing the orders. So, but when they're unique items that we have to send out, like if we wanted to do embroidered hats, then we'd have to be like, oh, well, and then the embroidery guys are like, okay, we're gonna need a month. Well, that wrecks the idea of dropping merch with a timeline, you know? Thinks me babbled enough here to fill space. So toques and stuff we can do, because if we can press a embroidered patch onto something, we can do that stuff in-house here. Coffee cups. Amanda, make these lists here. I write them on these pads, and then these pads just get thrown out. So coffee cups are a good idea. We can actually do coffee cups soon. I have some design ideas for a coffee cup anyway. Keep the logo with the old van. We are for sure. That's a good ass beer. BC Donnie? Is that Donnie as in like Squamish BC Donnie? What's up, buddy? Yeah, I'm still babbling. For some reason, 1,000 people are still sitting here watching me babble, Donnie. Tumblers. Amanda's like, I never did get my effing Vancity Vanlife cup from Teespring. So we used to get our merch from a high production company called Teespring. And so here's what happened. We were getting complaints about shirts like just getting destroyed, like that. So as a creator who cares about people that are buying merch from us, I decided to order all of my merch, all of it. And we had so many different designs. There's probably like 6 or 7 designs at the time. And I wanted them on all the different styles that we had. I wanted everything. So I got Madison from what used to be Reoutfitted, was doing my stuff at the time. I told her, I'm like, let's order all my merch. I want to see it. I want you to wash it, wear it, and let me know what you think about it. She orders everything. I spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars buying one of everything. And then what happened? She was like, Chrome, I'm getting merch from other people. I'm like, what? She's like, seriously, this isn't your shirt. I'm like, no, that's not my shirt. As a creator who does business with them, they couldn't even get me my samples correct. Like they were sending me shirts that belonged to other people. And I think Amanda had the same thing. They opened up a package from Teespring. She's like, whose is this? That's not what I ordered. They would get it wrong. And you'd figure when the creator who has a store with them put an order through, they'd be like, okay, samples for Chrome, samples for this guy. Let's make sure the samples are all good, you guys. Let's package them all up all nice. These are samples for him that he's going to use these samples to sell this product because we're going to make money as Teespring if this guy sells some shirts. So let's get him some good stuff. No, they didn't give a shit. They just send me other people's shit because they screw up. So they're a very large company as well too. So I'm pretty sure they're just packed full of people that are just shoving stuff out the door nonstop. and things in queue because they're probably print on demand, which means one shirt print, go, one shirt print, go, one shirt print, go. So if I'm in a production line where it's like 2 Vancity Vanlife shirts and then 4 other creators in a row after that, it's probably pretty easy off that production line to pull the wrong shirt. That's what I'm guessing was happening. Things are just moving too fast and people weren't being cautious enough to go, that's the design with that shirt, this is correct. That's my guess. It was a shit show. And I was happy to see them go. Martha, I can't believe you started van life on my 16th birthday. You've gone a long way. That's super rad. You know, it's always nice to know that there's, because like if I look at my analytics, we have a huge older audience that watches van life, and this is common amongst my friends who have YouTube channels. Our audiences are by default, I think, older. And it's always cool to know that there is some younger generation people watching. That's pretty cool because on my analytics, our majority age group is 65 and over. Let me pull this up. YouTube stats. Analytics, audience. And this is a stat that's been crazy lately. Crazy bad lately. Excuse me. See the purple? Those are my audience that keeps coming back. That's the amount of new people. For years and years on YouTube, this line was right below that line. I'm not kidding you. They were side by side, neck and neck forever. Like new subscribers versus recurring subscribers were just like, so many new people were coming every day and all my originals were always watching. That line stayed together. Now this line of new people is barely anything. The growth, and this is the same thing with Emily too. She sees the same analytics. The growth is not there as what it once used to be. Anyway, I'm going here to find out my age group. Here's my age demographics. Y'all can't see this because this is backwards, so let me flip it this way. 18 to 24 years old, 0.8%. 5% in the 20-35 bracket, 35 to 45 brackets, 14%. 45 to 55 bracket is 24% of my audience. And then my 2 biggest ones are 55 to 65 and then 65 plus. So a majority of my audience is between 35 and 65. So there are times on this channel when this age group over here from 55 to 65 is way over there. And these numbers are minuscule. It varies. So lately there's been a lot of younger people on here. And I find what brings in the younger audience is more shop stuff. Crazy to say, but I know a lot of people don't like it. But the more time I'm around the Sprinter van or I'm around the shop, the audience gets younger. Crazy, truth though. My regular everyday camping videos are mostly 65 plus. Let's go back and find a camping video. It's, could we see all the analytics? We know when you guys watch a video, when you guys drop off a video. Let's go find this video recently where that guy was popped out in the bush 2 weeks ago. Go to analytics, performance, audience. There you go. I mean, it's still pretty high on the earlier ones though too. So 30% of my audience is over 65 years old. 32% of my audience is 55 to 65. So really, if you look at it, 62% of my audience is 55 and older. And mostly men. Male dominant. Mostly dudes. And my top 3 countries are USA, Canada, and the UK. My top 3. And then after that, it's Australia and New Zealand. So USA represents 65% of my audience. Oh, sorry guys. You still there? Yeah, nuts. Sorry, I haven't been reading your questions, guys. Sorry. Dream scheme and achieve it all. I'll be 55 in 20 days. Cool. I'll be 51 this year on August 16th. I don't know where I'm going to be on my birthday on this planet, but I'll be somewhere on August 16th in my new home. That's the best part about that. LK, I love the shop stuff. Camping format can be found in abundance on YouTube. Speaking of the shop stuff, I have one more video I need to edit for the Van Toys channel. I got to get on that. I've slacked on that one over there. Since we started doing every day here, my Van Toys channel has taken a side burner. And I don't know what we're going to do on the Van Toys channel while I'm gone. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. We'll see. Placing tariffs on your US viewers. It hurts the head. I mean, it's cool. I should rock a hat sideways. You guys think rock a hat sideways all the time? I already got the 2 different color Converse. Am I too old for this shit? Come on, man. I'm a 50-year-old dude, 2 different color Converse. I got a teddy bear sweater on and a hat on sideways. And gray hair. Everywhere. BC Donnie, yes. Alucius, yes. Screw you guys. Mandy's like, I'll film Van Toys. I won't breathe, I promise. Amanda grabbed the camera one day and she was doing some filming for me, but she was holding it really close to her. So I got to hear every breath. Like sometimes that you just got to hold it out. Hold it away from you. That way your breathing is a little bit farther away from the actual camera. Because it's true, you'll hold it here because you're filming it. It was hilarious. I'm like, Amanda, all I heard was your breathing. What happened to Ray Outfitted? It's been coming up a lot. I have no clue. They vanished. They're not answering my text messages. Their phones have been deleted. I got no idea. Am I missing the OG van yet? I had a moment this morning. It just left yesterday. Just yesterday. So I'm doing okay right now. I'm pretty sure it's gonna settle in at some point where I'm really gonna miss him. Oh man, we've been on, it's a long live stream. What's that, 193 minutes? That's pretty long, man. We done good today. Excuse me. Debbie Jean, 70-year-old woman here, been watching you since about 2019. Awesome. And except for lives, which I rarely watch, I have watched nearly every video, every single episode. Debbie, sorry, I had to reread it. Debbie Jean, I'll make sure to pronounce that right. Thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know, a lot of people don't like the live stream. Some people really dig it. Some people aren't so big on it. I mean, one thing live streams are good for is just learning a deeper part of the channel. Because on the live streams, you get me live, which means all of it. You can ask me questions, and if I happen to get around to answering it, you get to learn some things that you may not learn in videos on a live stream. But some people, it's not their thing. I don't watch other people's live streams. If I see someone live streaming, I always pop in, like Samantha Olmstead or Static Camper Van or somebody who's live streaming. I always pop in, drop a super chat, say what's up, bounce. That's it. You know what I mean? I always pop in to share a little financial love, and I'm out, you know? And it's funny because sometimes I'll stick around and lurk in the background, And someone's like, oh yeah, so yeah, Chrome's probably not here yet. He always has a tendency of coming in, saying hi and leaving. But Chrome mentioned this in a video once. And I'm like, no, still lurking in the background. But yeah, I don't watch a lot of live streams. They get to be a lot of, you get it? Relevant Traveler, I wish Emmy would do a live. Yeah, she doesn't do very many live streams. It's also like another thing too for some creators, if sometimes the live streams aren't profitable. You know what I mean? Like, we don't make any money on a live stream. The only money we make on a live stream is through somebody being generous, like some of you guys have in today's video, so thank you. But we don't really make money on the views on the stream. It's really, really a small amount. Compared to a regular upload video, the financial is, like a regular video, say we make 100% of the income. On a lower income video, we make on a live stream without the donations, thank you, Graham, I just seen that. It's like we make 10% of the value. So say someone like Emmy, for example, that might upload, if it's not a generous live stream, she would have been better to just upload a YouTube video that day. If she's looking at, putting content out to make money for fuel for travel, she's better to make a long form video than it is for her to do a live stream if people aren't being generous that day. And that's why sometimes you see some creators not do live streams, because like, screw it, I can make more money and just make a long form video. And that's just the dead truth. I mean, some creators won't tell you the truth. I don't give a shit. I'll throw the truth out there. But that's true. Some people are very, I'm like that sometimes. I'm like, all right, cool. Do I do a live stream today? Or do I just go finish off a video and get the video up to you guys? Let me go back and find Graham's super chat here. Graham, and thanks for the super chat, bro. Not 70, not 60, not 50, not 40. Always feel young when I visit my parents on the island. That's cool. I appreciate your generosity today. But yeah, that's why sometimes you don't see some creators do live streams, and that's seriously down to the bottom line truth. Because, I mean, as a YouTuber, it's a business. No matter how you put it, it's a business. And we all create content. Like someone like, take Emmy. She's got a smaller size channel. She's getting like 15,000 views on a video, maybe 25, 35,000 views on a good one. But she uses that money to keep moving, So that's why you usually sometimes not see them. If their live streams aren't profitable, they may not ever do them again. Yeah, still these 1,000 viewers have been on here forever tonight. You guys have rocked. I think we peaked at like 1,400 viewers tonight. Pretty sweet. Damn. This is a bazillion times better than the one I didn't drink. It wasn't very good, though. No thanks. Sorry, guys, I'm checking the time here. It's 8:17. Cruzy's upstairs. Probably passed out. Dougie Wuggs, Samantha bought a house. Yeah, I seen that. I don't catch her content that often, but sometimes it'll pop up on my feed sometimes. Good for her. And she popped into my channel like a long time ago. My channel was like probably 4 years ago. Like she just moved into her van when she popped into my channel first. She was gonna come up here and I'm getting text messages. I only see the name. I gotta save his name. Dave, if you're watching this, bro, what's up? I'm getting text messages from somebody. Dave, if you're watching this right now, I think it's the guy that bought my van. I don't recognize the number, but the text messages keep popping up in my phone here, but I can't touch them because if I touch them, it cuts my stream off. Yeah, he was messaging me, asking me some questions. Dougie Wuggs, live streams are a labor of love. I agree. Like, I enjoy the live streams, but I do find after the live stream, voice-wise, I'm done. Could you imagine sitting down and talking, well, maybe some people just say this all day, for like 200 minutes straight, nonstop? It's what we're doing right now. It does. It gets to be at the end of it, you're like, oh, I don't want to talk to anybody. Nobody call me. Diane, member for 14 months. Thank you, Diane. Oh, Diana. Soon 61 from Denmark. Been here since you got cruisy. Oh, those are cute days when he was such a little one. I appreciate you being here, Diana. Doris, thanks for the super chat, Doris. Time difference, nighty-night. Good night, Doris. Thanks for coming in the live stream. Live DJ set. If I could monetize, if I DJ'd right now, if I went upstairs right now and I DJ'd, boom, video demonetized, they would drop this live stream off of YouTube right now because we've monetized this one. So any little bit of ad revenue make, gone. So yeah. Like I said before, I think if I were to ever do any DJ stuff, I would probably start my own channel for myself. Trevor from I thought I said Wimbledon, Ohio. Wilmington, Ohio. What's up? Aw, Rachel, thank you so much for the super chat, Rachel. Weirdos Unite, velour tracksuit, coolest thing I'd ever wear. You imagine a velour tracksuit, like bringing back the 90s, like the Sean John velour tracksuits, Weirdos Unite logos all over it. Oh my gosh. I would rock the shit out of that. I'll tell you that. That's the messed up part. I would rock the shit out of it. Proudly. Come on, man. I'm wearing teddy bears on my shirt right now. That'd be hilarious. Vanlife beers. There's a brewery in Ontario that has a beer called Weirdos something. Van full of Weirdos. I showed it on my YouTube channel once because I bought it out there. Van full of Weirdos beer, Ontario. And it's awesome. Images. There's the can of beer. Sorry, it's backwards. It says Van full of Weirdos Juicy IPA. It's from a brewery in Ontario. Refined full Van full of Weirdos Juicy IPA at the LCBO in Ontario. We'll have to go stop in and grab some when we get to Ontario this year. It's pretty cool. Trevor Campbell, any more 4X and 5X shirts? We definitely have shirts up to 4X in a lot of the stuff. You can see that on the store. If you want, we actually have cheap black shirts, not this, cheap black shirts upstairs, like really budget, lower quality shirts that are 5X and 6X upstairs that we're gonna be releasing on some very simple designs coming up soon. So I'm gonna print, I just wanna get rid of the shirts. They're a shitty shirt. I won't say shitty. If I didn't compare them to our nice shirts, they'd be an okay shirt. But comparing them to the nicer ones we have, they're shit. They're just a shit shirt. They're a good old regular cheap shirt. They're okay. They'll do the job. And if nobody told you, you'd never know. But we have like, I think Danica counted them, 577 black shirts. And I'm thinking about releasing like Let's Go or something simple on those shirts and blowing them out at dirt cheap. Like cheap. I'm not sure what the cost is going to be. We'll have to find out depending on what the cost of the print's going to be, but really cheap just to get those shirts off the floor upstairs. So maybe that's when we start doing some simple stuff on there. We have a few little shirt designs for that. Andrea, question, why were you fake crying during your last video by the ocean before selling your longtime home, but didn't cry when it was driving off? Because I cried in the morning. I had my moment by myself. I had it off camera too. Had that moment to me. It was me and my little moment. And if I didn't say something, y'all wouldn't have known. It would have been just me and my moment. So, yeah, I mean, at that point, I was really excited because seeing that van go to the guy who it went to was very exciting for me because he was happy to have it. He's been a long-time subscriber, and it was just nice to know that it was going to a good home, so it wasn't sad. I think if it drove off going to a stranger, I might be a little sad, knowing that I don't know where that van's going. I don't know what's going to happen to it. You know what I mean? There's all those question marks where now I know where my van's parked right now. I don't know what house is at, but I have the picture of it sitting in his backyard, and I've seen where she's parked. She looks like she has a nice little place to stay. You know, he took her to work today. You know, like he's been sharing some pictures with me. So it was a bit exciting in that front. But I'm not about to sit there and cry standing there on the side of the road again. It wasn't sad to see it go away. It was an emotion that was really hard to take at that point. But in the morning, knowing that that might have been my last coffee, it wasn't a reality yet. It wasn't even sold yet. But in the morning to know that that could have been my last coffee, the emotion started to stir. So anyway, Charisse, thank you for the super chat, Charisse. I appreciate it. Aw, you guys have been freaking awesome today. Do a Vanless shirt? What does that mean? Do a Vanless shirt. Is it sad that I want another beer? Don't do it. If it thawed out more, try it again, Chrome. I don't think this is going to be good. Oh, hell no. No. Jet fuel should be piss. West Coast piss. No, it's not very good. Not my flavor anyway. I prefer them a little juicier, like, yeah, that one's got a bit of sharpness to it. Like, I think maybe if it was out of a tap, you know what I mean? Like, drinking out of a can, it's a little bit different than drinking it out of like an actual draft. It may be a little bit different if you were to get it at the brewery, right out of the draft. But yeah, no, this one, it's damn good. Homeless, vanless. I am homeless right now. Not really, it's my home right here. Right there on the floor, home sweet home. It'll do the trick for the next little bit. Anyway, crew, that's all I got for you guys today. 207 minutes. That's a pretty decent long live stream, man. It was fun to hang out with you guys. And thanks for the person who told me that the lights flash every time I hit the table. I think it's just the shaking of my camera here. Anyway, guys, I appreciate your time hanging out with me. Thanks for everybody who's being super, super generous today. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to message J5 tomorrow and see if he's got any word on when that metal's coming so we can have a timeline on when we're going to get the van back. Because this boy needs a home. Think about what this channel is going to be like after we get the van back. Because van life's going to change. Like, we'll be out of the low roof van and high roof van living. Sure, we'll be temporary living out of some plastic bins. I have an ice cold little fridge that I have, a smaller one. We'll plug into some Jackery batteries for power. Be super, super basic for probably a month or so by the time we get out to Ontario. So it'll be fun to kind of go back to the basics a little bit and get a really good feel of the inside of that Sprinter, because the actual build out design hasn't been finished yet. Me and Andy don't have our whole design done. We got the layout laid out, but spending some time in there is going to be really good for me to know where I think I want speakers, what the desk area should look like when I'm sitting at it. Do I sync my DJ booth into the counter? Do I put speakers in places? You know, it's going to be a lot of fun to really feel out that place before we go from here to Toronto. But Sprinter van life, insane, right? Insane. We've gone from where we've been all these years and now moving into a something I said I'd never move into. I did. Years ago, I'm like, I'll never buy one of those things. Forget it. And well, here we are. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you guys. Sorry I'm missing you guys, all your guys' questions. When I shut off the stream, I'm gonna pop down in the comments here for a little bit because I think the comment section stays live for a minute or so. So I'm gonna pop in here and read a few. Peace out, y'all. Double V's up. I'll see you guys on the next one. We out.